the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up? This that boy Coach Malik Williams in the building, and we back. New Media Today USA Boxing. Yes, sir. I know that I am a few minutes late. I do apologize for that. I literally just left the garage doing dips and push-ups and talking to my brother Troy Brown from Major Key Boxing. Give a shout out to Major Key Boxing, man. If you guys haven't heard of that channel, please go to that channel and subscribe. If you want to see some of the latest and greatest interviews by some of the boxing greats like our big brother Tommy Brooks, Hasim Rahman, Junior Jones, Chop Corley, and they had Kelly Palvic on there as well. If you want to see some great interviews, please go to Major Key Boxing. Major Key Boxing is a real good channel. Please subscribe. Shout out to my brother Boxing and retro and documentaries as well. You know what I mean? Shout out to my brother Shelton Moore, my co-host. Let me go ahead and drop the link for Shelton right quick. Let's get it in. So basically what I do during the day, I do like a little pre-workout. I haven't been working out for the past couple of weeks because of because I was moving and stuff, right, guys? So now that I'm settled in, I do like a little pre-workout. I do like maybe 10 sets of dips, 25 reps a piece. And then I go do 25 reps of push-ups, and then I do 10 sets of jumping jacks, probably like 100%. And then I put the boxing gloves on. I punch on the wall since I don't have the punching bag. I just punch on the wall, try to do burnouts, just straight punching until I can't punch anymore. And then I'll go ahead and I'm going to the gym later on to get it in because I have a couple of people I have to train. But other than that, man, that's it, man. So I just dropped that link. Shelton, I dropped the link in there, fam. Anytime you want to come on in. We're going to address this Wilder Fury press conference coming up tomorrow. As you know, this thing is going to be off the chain. It's going to be fire. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? So Shelton, just feel free to come on in, man. Shout out to Major Key Boxing. You know how I do it, man. Let me go ahead and give everybody a shout out who's here right now. We're going to let YouTube do what they're doing and let everybody know. Let me go ahead and put some mute on. We're going to go ahead and let everybody know. I got you, fam. We're going to let everybody know what's up. So shout out to Carlos Mendoza. Shout out to Bill Taylor. Shout out to Leo Sam. What's going on? Shout out to there but a few people here right now that's in the chat. Shout out to my brother Halim. Halim, what's going on, fam? Good evening from to the UK. Shout out to everybody in the UK. Shout out to Ivan. Shout out to my brother Charlo. Hit the Ali Bell. You know what I mean? And who else we got?
Yo, Coach, not to take away from it though. I have echo, right?
What'd you say?
I don't have an echo, do I?
No, you don't.
Okay, I'm gonna go back on mute.
Okay. Yeah, so anyways, yeah, shout out to my brother Halim. Shout out to Major Key Boxing. Shout out to Eliza. Shout out to Greg Reed. Who else we have? Shout out to Ahoyt. I think that's how to pronounce your name, but I do not know how to pronounce your name. Shout out to Red Hawk. Shout out to Patty Joyce. What you say, Tyson Fury is king. Okay. That's very subjective, if that's how you feel. There's nothing wrong with that. Anyways, other than that, that's it. I got my brother, man, Shelton Moore in the building, my co-host. And we're going to go ahead and rock it on out. Now, we know that this press conference between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder will be off the chain tomorrow. I'm anxious to see what it's going to be like. I'm anxious to see what kind of, we know the racial element is going to be there. We know that's going to be brought up. We know that the cheating is going to be brought up. I think hopefully that Deontay Wilder, he did say he had a bunch of evidence to prove that Tyson Fury cheated. So I'm hoping that tomorrow he can clear a lot of this stuff up. Maybe he can clear up the fact that he can show proof that his water bottle was poisoned. Go ahead, Shelton.
You hoping against hope, Coach. Go ahead.
Hopefully he can show proof that his water bottle was poisoned. Hopefully he can show proof that if Tyson Fury did have egg whites in his gloves and he took the padding out of his gloves. Hopefully he can show that where the referee conspired against him, in that fight. And maybe he can also show that, just proof that the costume was wearing his legs out and the mask and all that stuff there. So basically, I'm pretty sure we're not going to hear any of that from Wilder. He's going to speak in very vague terms. He's going to just say vague stuff like, "Oh, y'all know what time it is," and this and that. Y'all don't want to address what goes on in boxing, and he's going to do a lot of ambiguous talking on circular logic.
Coach.
That is, go ahead.
When. Nobody cares. Are you gonna
Right.
get in there and perform on the 24th? Nobody cares about all that stuff you say happened. You can't prove it. You
Right.
never proved it. We don't care.
Right.
We don't care. Are you gonna perform on the 24th? That's all we care about.
That's all we want to know, man. And Tyson Fury more than likely is going to talk about his mental health issues, stuff like that. I don't care about no damn mental health issues. I don't want to hear nothing about that, Fury. I don't want to hear nothing about the excuses and the conspiracies, Wilder. You guys just go ahead and talk it up, talk a good game. I think the press conferences is going to be fire. And guess what? They are going to bring up Anthony Joshua. They are going to bring up Anthony Joshua's name in this fight. Why? I have no idea. They're going to bring him up. Because a lot of people have to use Anthony Joshua's name for whatever reason. They're going to bring his name up. And why? I have no idea. But more than likely, that's what's going to be brought up. And we're going to see how that plays out. So what do you guys, I'm going to drop a video, and I was telling my brother Shelton this. I'm going to drop a video of a list of demands that I want for Tyson Fury before this fight happens. I'm going to do this for all the Deontay Wilder fanboys. So we got a list of demands that I want to see happen because I don't want no damn excuses July 24th. You see what I'm saying? And you know how I feel about you Deontay Wilder fanboys. I can't stand y'all. I do not like you guys at all. You know, you guys are the main ones who be sending me threats and all that stuff there. So I do not like Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder fan. I don't like fanboys in general. But the Wilder fanboys and even the Fury fanboys have threatened me as well. So I don't like Fury fanboys or Wilder fanboys. I am a equal opportunity spreader of this particular what I don't like. You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Care nothing about neither side of the fanboys. To be honest with you, I just don't care nothing about it. I'm not here to cater to you. I'm not here to make you stroke your ego, make you feel good. This is not the make you feel good channel if you are a fanboy. If you are a fanboy in the sport of boxing of certain fighters, this is not the channel for you. I would advise you to leave, kick rocks, deuces, bye Felicia, go wherever you need to go, but this is not the spot for you. You see what I'm saying? Other than that, that's it. This is a different angle we're doing. So other than that, I'm gonna let my brother Shelton Moore go ahead and chop it up, man. Say what you gotta say, fam.
Oh yeah, Coach. I'm just anxious to see how this press conference turns out. See if anything comes to fruition as far as the accusations, which I'm not expecting. I expect it to be a whole bunch of bluster from each guy. Tyson Fury's gonna be loud as usual. Deontay Wilder gonna be trying to speak like he's a prophet and foretelling the future like he's some kind of sage or something. It's gonna be the same old rhetoric we got in the last two press conferences. He might jump up and say, "I'm gonna decapitate you" or something silly like that. But other than that, it's gonna be more the same of the same. And I just want to know if the brother gonna perform on the 24th. He has a chance to win. He has to back Fury up to win. If he don't back Fury up, he gonna get his ass mollywhopped one more time, and then we'll be done with it. If he backs Fury up, he got action.
Go ahead, Ronald Finkley. Go ahead, fam. What you got to say about that? Ron, you're on mute.
Come off mute. Come off mute.
Okay, you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, brother.
Yo, I'm agreeing with Shelton Moore wholeheartedly, yo. I look at it like this, yo. When we watch boxers, we watch them for their element or what they do. Wilder lost like fucking the whole fight. He stressed us out the whole two fights, bro. If you stressing us out the whole two fights, you can't win a third match. Me, I'm going to keep it real. Like, I'm going to do the math. Like, he stressed me the fuck out. I was loving that last shit what he did in the first fight when he finally hit Fury with that fucking, right that he hit him, that sweeping left, nigga. I was like, God damn. But, like, I'm not expecting that for a match. I'm expecting the Fury to box this nigga's brains out, bro. He can box this nigga's brains out.
Yeah. This is what, as you guys know, I'm picking Tyson Fury to stop Deontay Wilder late in the fight. I'm looking at a 10th round or maybe 11th round stoppage. I know that Wilder's going to come out like a raging bull. He's going to stick to the game plan as long as he can, right? He's going to stick to the game plan that Malik Scott put together. It looks phenomenal on the pads. You know me, we know that everybody look good on the pads until they step in the ring. Adrian Broner is one of the best boxers that I've ever seen in the history of boxing working the pads. If you watch Adrian Broner pad work, It's some of the best pad work you ever seen in the history of boxing. The only problem is when he step in the ring, he don't do none of that. That's the only problem. So, you know.
Hey, let me kill a narrative real quick, Coach.
Coach Sheldon, I don't mean to cut you off, but anybody want to bet me? It's $50 to $100 on the fucking Tyson Fury versus fucking Fury rematch, the autopsy curtain match. I'm betting any fucking body. If they love Wilder, bet me, nigga. Let's go.
Go ahead, Sheldon.
Let me kill a narrative right quick. Let's kill a narrative right quick. Hey, I see somebody in the chat talking about he couldn't knock out a drugged, half asleep. So, Wilder, look, let me tell y'all what happened. And I really don't give a shit how anybody else feels about it. Wilder didn't train for that fight. He figured he damn near got him in the first fight. The pillow-fisted Fury can't do shit to him. He didn't really train for that fight. He came in at 230 pounds, which you've never seen him do before. And that wasn't because he was trying to add muscle. It's because his ass didn't train. That's why his ass was gassed out by round number 3. He didn't train and got caught off guard and got his ass whooped. That's what happened. So he's trained up for this fight, I'm pretty sure. Let's see if he can perform the way he performed in the first fight. Because if he performs the way he performed in the first fight, he has a great chance of stopping Fury. But other than that, if he didn't train, if he's not in shape, if he's not ready to go, he's going to get mollywopped again, like I said.
And another thing,
he already broke camp, bro. He broke camp 2 weeks before the fight, bro. He broke camp because he wanted to fuck his wife. I heard that shit, bro.
Well, the bottom line, then, who fault is that? If you got mollywopped, if you did all that, who fault is that? That's your fault. Stop blaming the world. Stop blaming everybody else. You didn't train properly, and you got mollywopped. That's what happened.
So another thing too, this brother here said, hold the F up. Basically, you saying Fury couldn't even knock out a damaged halfweight Wilder because this. I'm glad you said that. So I'm gonna take what you're saying. I'm gonna turn it a little bit. This is proof that Fury is pillow fisted, right? So this is proof that Fury is pillow fisted. If Fury had egg weights in his glove, there's no way that he wouldn't have been able. He more than likely would have been able to knock Wilder out. But if you never boxed before, you would know that you cannot put egg weights in your gloves. In 10-ounce gloves. So I think they was using 10-ounce gloves or something like that. Or 12-ounce gloves. I'm not sure.
Coach, are we stupid, bro? I'm not stupid.
No.
I'm not buying that shit.
No, I'm not buying it. No, I mean, it's over. It's over with, but I'm saying it's over with as far as I'm concerned, and maybe you're concerned, but what I'm saying is this here. I'm trying to prove a point. This guy said that Fury couldn't even knock out a half-weight Wilder. Okay, one, if he couldn't knock him out, that proves that you guys was right. He had pillow fists, but he was able to stop Wilder. You know what I mean? Period. He was able to stop him his corner through the towel in. And if Wilder was half a weight, that didn't have nothing to do with Tyson Fury. You see what I'm saying? At some point in time, you got to be held accountable for your own actions. If you wasn't ready for the fight, you have to accept responsibility for your own actions. Now, you gave 13 different excuses why you lost the fight. And you gave a bunch of excuses, but you haven't showed proof of anything, right? So that's neither here nor there. Tomorrow, I have a prediction. We're going to hear a bunch of racial stuff. We're going to hear racism, white supremacy. I'm finna tell you right now. I know where this is going at. You call me Nostradamus. This is what we're going to hear. We're going to hear racism, white supremacy. We're going to hear Fury has the complexion for the protection. That ain't had nothing to do with that right hook he dropped you with. That ain't had nothing to do with that two-piece he dropped you with. That had nothing to do with the body shot he dropped you with. But we're going to hear this stuff here, right? You know, this is the baddest man on the planet. And his following, he has a cult-like following, right? He has a cult-like following, and I don't like none of them. I'm just being honest with you. I was trying to root for the brother. I was like, man, you know what, man? I hope he win this fight. Man, I'm like, the hell with it. The hell with it. I'm done. I'm done with it. You know what I mean? Because his fanboys, he coming on my channel, you know, threatening, saying all kind of stuff, what they gonna do, and being disrespectful. So I'm like, the hell with Wilder. The hell with his fanboys. Care nothing about you. I really don't. I mean everything I'm saying right now. I got Tyson Fury. Well, where that sister at? Oh my God, telling me she'll bet $1,000. I showed proof of funds. She ain't been back since. You know what I mean? So I ain't got to worry about that. A lot of you Wilder fanboys, all you do is cap. I have no respect for you. Period. I don't even know why you come over here. You see what I'm saying? I don't need your subscribership. Don't need your viewership. And if I offend you and hurt your feelings, good. I mean to. Hopefully you can keep your ass over there where the Alphabet Boy channel's at, and just stay on over there, man. Don't need you over here, man, because I'm not with it. I'm not with it. I'm through with being nice. Tired of the nice guy stuff. I'm done. I got Tyson Fury stopping Wilder by the 10th or 11th round. TKO stoppage. That's what I have. This is my prediction. Wilder's going to stick to the game plan. He's going to come out strong. He's going to look like Clubber Lang. He's going to be looking good probably in the beginning. What's going to happen is this, because in my opinion, and remember, I'm not a fan of Tyson Fury. I'm not a fan of Deontay Wilder. I do not have a dog in the fight. So I'm not rooting for Tyson Fury because I'm a fan of his. I don't care nothing about Tyson Fury. I'm not rooting for Deontay Wilder because I'm a fan of his. I care nothing about Deontay Wilder. But I am picking Tyson Fury because the Wilder fanboys have drove me to this point. I tried to stick to the brother man narrative. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I'm not going to do it. Right now, I'm not doing the brother man narrative. Forget it. It's done. I'm not sticking with it. Forget all that stuff. Right now, I got Fury stopping Wilder. Wilder's going to do good in the beginning until he see that the game plan is not working. When the game plan is not working, he's going to go right back to what he knows how to do best. And that's load up on that right hand. And guess what? For all you guys, all you Wilder fans who say, hey, man, but listen, you know, when Wilder catch him with that right hand, we going to see what time it is. He caught him with the right hand in the first fight. The man got up. He caught him with the right hand 3 or 4 times in the second fight. The man ate it. So he caught him with the right hand in the first 2 fights, and he didn't knock him out. So for this guy who said Fury couldn't even knock out a damaged halfweight Wilder, Wilder couldn't even knock Fury out. He couldn't knock him out. He dropped him. He got up. He dropped Wilder. Listen, first fight, Wilder dropped Fury 2 times. Fury got up. Second fight, Fury dropped Wilder 2 times. Wilder got up. So both men knocked each other down, and both of them got up off the mat. Only difference is the second fight, Wilder was stopped by Pillow Fist. Pillow Fist stopped Wilder. You see what I'm saying? Pillow Fist stopped Wilder. That's what happened. So other than that, we're going to see a whole bunch of race baiting, a whole bunch of crazy stuff going on in the press conference. I'm excited to see it myself. I want to see the press conference because I already know what it's going to be. That's my prediction. It is what it is.
I love that girl.
You got something you want to say, Shep, my brother?
Yeah, you pretty much covered it, Coach. I mean, it's all the same rhetoric. Hold on a second.
Yo, I'm in the chat, bro. I'm still in the chat and I'm still on the panel. I'm about to go get my daughter a scooter, bro.
Okay, go ahead, fam. Go ahead. No, go ahead, fam. Go ahead.
I'm in the panel though.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, so you know what I mean, man. So other than that, that's it, man. I just dropped the link, man. Anybody want to jump in? I just dropped the link, man. But that's just where I'm at with it right now. That's just where I'm at with it. I'm not Team Wilder, not Team Fury. But guess what? I like Fury in this fight. You know, I don't want to hear no goddamn excuses. I just don't. And let's see. Let's go ahead and do this, man. And this is the way I feel. You see what I'm saying? I really feel that way. This is how I feel about it. Again, you can call me a coon, sell out Uncle Tom, say what you want to say, man. I really don't give a damn. You know, I know the narrative. I know how you guys, how these Wilder fanboys, how they do it. You know, when you don't do roll the way they want you to roll, you know, they be reduced to name calling. So I just don't rock with the Wilder fanboys. I just don't. I don't like you. I honestly do not like you. I genuinely can't stand you. You know what I mean? So I'm not riding with your guy. I'm just not. Can't ride with him. Can't ride with him. I don't like his supporters. Don't like his fanboys. I just don't. And I'm just being as honest with you as I possibly can. Just being honest with you. This is raw, genuine emotion. I just care nothing about you. Go ahead. Hold on. We got Dedetu. What's going on, fam? Hey, Chef, what's going on, fam?
I'm good. I mean, I also can't wait for the press conference. It's gonna be so hilarious to see the excuses that Wilder will put out with the way he lost.
Bro. That's gonna be epic, bro.
Oh man, it's gonna be funny.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely, man. So, you know, it's going to be animated. You know, it's going to be an unnecessary element, a part of it. You know, it's going to have a racial element, like I said before. You know, he's going to get 1,000 questions on all of his accusations. His accusations that he made. I want those reporters to press him.
Going on, Coach. It's like mad slow-mo right now.
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah.
I think that's on you. I think that's you. That's you on slow-mo, bro.
Weird.
Yeah. You probably want to sign back in, fam. Sign back in. So what it is basically, we're gonna get a lot of that. What's gonna go on tomorrow? They're gonna ask him a bunch of questions about all of his accusations. You're gonna hear a lot of deflection tactics. He's not gonna address it. It's gonna be a lot of he's gonna be using ambiguous terms and innuendo stuff and dropping subliminal stuff. But nothing's gonna be concrete. He's not gonna come with any facts on anything. You know what I mean? He's basically not Fury. Wilder right now is trying to come with intimidation tactics. Nothing wrong with that. He's playing Clubber Lang right now, looking all mean in the cameras. They showing the little hint, the little stuff that him and garbage ass Malik Scott doing together. I like Malik Scott. He's a nice brother, but he full of shit. You see what I'm saying? He's just full of it right now. He was trash as a boxer. You know what I mean? He took dives as a boxer. I don't respect him as a boxer. And I don't know what he's going to bring to the table until July 24th. July 24th is going to tell me everything I need to know about Malik Scott as a trainer. You see what I'm saying? So other than that, that's it. I know why Malik Scott is there. He's a glorified yes man. He's telling his man that he's the greatest thing since sliced cheese. He's 10 times better than Muhammad Ali. Hell, if I had a trainer telling me something like that, I would hire him too. You see what I'm saying? The only problem with that is when you have a trainer, you need someone who's going to be honest with you. So this is how I know that Wilder understands that he needs to work on some things, because he's working on things with Malik Scott that he did not allow Mark Breland to work on him with. Because when Mark Breland was there, Mark Breland had a handle on him. He couldn't say certain things. He couldn't do certain things with Wilder because JD's was more in control of that situation. So Mark Breland had to pretty much be quiet and shut up. Now, after Wilder got his ass beat, now he's receptive to listening to someone else. And because Malik Scott probably stroked his ego a little bit more, put a little words in his ear, got him to get rid of Mark Breland, now he's feeling good about himself. He has the Holy Ghost. He's doing the Tootsie Roll, the butterfly. He's still twerking. He's dancing. He's singing. He's doing all of this stuff, right? But guess what? None of that gonna help you in that goddamn ring against 6'9", 275-pound Tyson Fury, right? Irregardless of how I feel about Tyson Fury, from a personal standpoint, has nothing to do with Tyson Fury's boxing skills. The boy can box. You see what I'm saying? Period. Wilder does have that right hand. Again, Wilder landed that right hand in the second fight and in the first fight. And now we have a third fight coming up with Fury. So if the right hand was the equalizer, how come it didn't stop Fury in the first or second fight? You see what I'm saying? Now, Wilder, I do see Wilder is working on trying to disguise the right hand with Malik Scott on the pads, but we won't know if can he fight off that back foot. Can he fight off the back foot? Fury knows, listen, man, I'm not going to sit back and let this guy make me go backwards. No, we're going to fight off the back foot. You see what I'm saying? And Fury going to give him angles and different looks. This is how I see it going down. This is how I see it going down. I care nothing. Listen, if you're a part of the Twerkinator army, this is not the channel for you. Please kick the rocks. We don't need you. I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm not with it. I'm just not with it. I'm just not with it, man. I don't need your friendship. Don't need your subscribership. If you are with the Twerkinator army, take your ass back over there. This ain't the spot for you. Hey, just not.
Hey, Coach, and this is something else that they're going to realize tomorrow, too. This press conference is going to probably be downtown LA, maybe at the Staples Center, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
It's in LA.
So here's the thing. You're going to realize how truly small this guy's fan base is. If you on YouTube a lot like we are, and you see all these Wilder fans popping up, it seems like he has a massive fan base. He really doesn't.
Right.
And you're going to see that tomorrow. It's going to be a few people there. It's probably not going to be no more than 150, 200 people there. Because this fight has not been promoted. I haven't seen anything about this fight on television since it's been announced. So this fight is just now starting to get into the promotional phase. We'll see tomorrow how many people really want to see this fight.
I mean,
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
I mean, Coach, what I can say is this, man. I mean, I feel like the LDBC community, the way they try to back up Deontay Wilder and try to make him a superstar, it's not working, because if the LDBC fan base was, although many, they will be able to sell tickets in the MGM Grand and be able to sell it out, because in the Luis Ortiz fight, okay, they sold out 14,000 tickets. Luis Ortiz 2 fight, the Wilder Ortiz 2 fight, they only sold like 7,000 tickets. So you can see that this Deontay Wilder is not a draw. And I don't feel like the LDBC like there are many. They're just a cluster of guys who don't know nothing about boxing. And also, just to add on, the reason why I'm picking Fury to win this fight is this: Fury is in the Kronk gym where Emmanuel Stewart, he trained Vladimir Klitschko, Lennox Lewis. We've got his cousin Sugar Hill is training Tyson Fury, so you can see that Kronk style Tyson Fury has, and you can see the resume of the Kronk gym. I mean, they've molded champions inside that gym, right? I mean, coach, you can also see that these champions that you saw them reign back in the day, man. They came from there. But now we're seeing a scenario where Wilder had the chance to absorb as much as he could from a trainer in Mark Breland. Mark Breland was an excellent boxer. He was loved by everybody. He kicked him to the curb in that video that he put out last year, and it was free. It was a pretty sad outing for Mark Breland, the way Wilder slided at him, and also the way Wilder put in Malik Scott. You know, one thing I don't like about Malik Scott, he trains on the pad a lot of times, and we're not seeing Wilder like spar any guy aside from the part that Malik Scott wears. And I've not seen any champion that Malik Scott has forged to prove that he can put Wilder in that level with Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, that level. You see that level where they're defending champions. So I feel like Wilder's gonna get knocked out very worse by Tyson Fury, considering the fact that he's the reason why the undisputed fight is not happening. So that's all I got to say.
Go ahead, Shelton.
Give me a second, Coach. I'm reconnected.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah. So as it relates to this fight tomorrow, as it relates to this fight, not the fight, this press conference tomorrow with
So coach, is happening. The press conference is happening tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. I don't know exactly what the time is yet, but the press conference is happening tomorrow, and so now it's going to be lit. I'm looking forward to the press conference. I want to see the press conference. You see what I'm saying? I want to see just basically what the new Clubber Lane is going to do, what the Twerkinator is going to do. I'm anxious to see that, just to see exactly what he's going to do. How is he going to what is he going to say? Stuff like that. What Tyson Fury is going to say. You see what I'm saying? We have a third match going down. It's something that you said in there too. You said something that was very, very true. See, if you know anything about me, I always look at a person's trainer. Their trainer, tells me a lot. I don't know what Malik Scott has as a trainer. You see what I'm saying? Now, Malik Scott is nothing new. Malik Scott has been with Wilder for a long time, for years. He's always been in that camp. So it's not like that he's he got a new lead trainer. He got a new trainer. Well, Mark Breland was never the lead trainer in the first place. Remember, Breland was a trainer, but he wasn't allowed to take lead. JD's was still the lead trainer, right? JD was still the lead trainer, and they had to keep Mark Breland in check because Mark Breland wouldn't stroke Deontay Wilder's ego. He wouldn't stroke the man's ego, so they kept him in check. Ended up getting rid of him. Now they got this nigga Malik Scott coming in talking about his fighter is 10 times more skilled than Muhammad Ali. Just him saying that alone, he should get pimp slapped for him saying something like that, right? He need to look himself in the mirror.
You mentioned it earlier, Coach. I think it was today or last week. You got to look at the fact that this guy has 41 knockouts. Am I correct? Is it 42-1 with 41 knockouts?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. But who has he knocked out? People aren't looking at the competition that this guy faced before he faced Ortiz and Fury. Who has he beat?
He's been fighting.
That's what competition is all about. Stepping up your level of competition to prove that your skills are superior. The only one time you was in the ring with a fighter that was better than you was when you was in the ring with Tyson Fury and you couldn't overcome the adversity. That's all we saying. It's not hating on Wilder. It's the fact that he ain't fought nobody in 42 fights, except for one or two guys. He ain't fought nobody.
Right. Exactly. You know what I mean? It's who you fought. You see what I'm saying? It's not like he fought Ken Norton's or Ali or Ron Lyle or Ernie Shavers or Larry Holmes. That level of competition is not here in the heavyweight division. So he hasn't, and that's not Wilder's fault. That's not Wilder's fault. I'm not going to blame Wilder for that. But who in the hell is Ortiz beat? They say Ortiz is the boogeyman of the division. Don't nobody want to fight him. That's what they say. They say he's the boogeyman of the division. But then when I look at Ortiz's record, his record is just as worse as Wilder's. You see what I'm saying? So who in the hell Ortiz fought? He ain't fought no damn body. So when you talk about this guy was the boogeyman of the division, Wilder fought him. He's a slow-footed, old-ass Cuban fighter. That's all Ortiz is. Slow. He was tailor-made for Wilder.
Well, wait a minute, Coach. You taking it away. He beat the mighty Malik Scott.
Oh man, they said everybody. Hold on. Well, Malik Scott only got 3 losses. So Malik Scott was a C-class heavyweight fighter. He wasn't even a B-class. He was a C-class heavyweight fighter. And yes, he had some wins on his belt. Scott probably had like 40-something fights. He had 13 knockouts, 1 draw, and I think he had 3 losses, right? But he ain't fought no damn body. You see what I'm saying? So I just got to call it like it is. I'm not here to pacify Wilder fans or fanboys. If you don't like what I'm saying, you're a Wilder fan or fanboy, this is not the channel for you, bro. I promise it's not the channel for you. I'm listening. I'm going to listen. I'm telling y'all, I'm going to tighten up in a few more days. I'm finna drop a napalm again, because I ain't dropped the premiere video in a minute. I'm gonna drop a napalm a bit again, and I'm not gonna lighten up, I'm gonna tighten up. Y'all can call me whatever you want to call me, man. I'm just calling it the way I see it. The Twerkinator got 1 shot, laying that right hand. He's not going to outbox Tyson Fury. And guess what? More than likely, the intimidation tactics is not going to work against Fury. It's not going to work. No one is afraid of you because you looking mean and because you have followers who come on my channel and threaten and say what they're going to do. No one is afraid of that. You keyboard gangsters need to cut it out. Go ahead, no, and go ahead, bro.
I have a question, Coach. Is this the same Malik Scott that took a dive for Deontay Wilder in that fake fight?
That's the same one. That's the same one.
Oh,
That's the same
God.
one. Hey,
It's the
shout
same
out.
Malik Scott.
Yeah, shout out to my brother, Mr. T, man, for the super chat.
Oh my
What you say,
God.
fam? You say, I never been in a situation where I wanted to see either fighter in a match get sent to the shadow realm. Hey, what you say? You say, you want to see either one of them get sent to the shadow realm, huh? Yeah, man, I don't have a dog in the fight, bro. I really don't. I don't have a dog in the fight. But let's just say this: I dislike Wilder fanboys a little bit more than I dislike Fury fanboys. I'll say that, and I'm just being honest. I'm not even trying to hide my disdain for both groups. You see what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm being.
Hey, excuse me, Coach.
Go ahead.
Excuse me. Let me address Dutch. Dutch, you're right. The people he knocked out did want his belt, but those dudes were C-class fighters. Name the guy. Look at the guys he fought. Let's take Fury and Ortiz out of the mix. Which one of those dudes have you heard from since the Wilder fight? I'll wait.
Haven't heard nothing from him. Nothing from him.
No,
Anyways,
no.
I want to say, Brian, never shout out for the super chat, fam. Shout out. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I had that up a little too loud. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. I'm messing with this roadcaster I have over here. I'm still trying to learn how to use it, so forgive me for that. But yeah, man, I like those guys he fought. We haven't heard nothing from them ever again, like literally. So, and this is not to take away from Wilder. This is just stating the obvious. It's not like he was fighting killers. He's fighting guys who was afraid before they stepped in the ring. They took dives. Some of them did try to fight. He caught him with the one hand, and that was it. And then the one athletic fighter that he fought, the one pure boxer that had
Hold on
athleticism.
a second, Coach.
Go ahead. Brian, that was good looking out for the super chat, fam. Keep
Dutch,
going against it.
nobody banned you, bro. If somebody timed Dutch out, don't time him out. Let him talk, man. He's not being disrespectful yet.
Yeah, he said
hasn't
y'all
been
deleting my
disrespectful yet,
messages
has he?
while they're addressing them. Yeah, I'm not deleting your. I don't know who's doing it. I don't know
Whoever's
who's
in
doing
the
it.
chat, whoever the moderators, don't time him out. Don't time him out.
Yeah, as long as he's not being disrespectful, let him stay over here as long as he wants. You know what I mean? Don't time him out. He can say whatever he wants to say as long as he respects.
Yeah, Coach.
Yeah.
I have something to say. What if Deontay Wilder ducks the press conference the same way he ducked the DAZN deal?
No, he's going to be there. He's going to be at the press conference. He can't duck it. No, he can't. He can't duck it because he has a lot on the line. Wilder has a lot on the line right now. Wilder said a lot of things. He said he fought tooth and nail in order to get this third match. So now he has to put up a shut up now. He asked for this. Regardless of how it turns out, whether Wilder wins or whether Wilder loses, he asked for this, right? So he's gonna have to. Oh, Lisa says she timed him out. Okay. He's gonna have to. Let's put up a.
You must have said something real bad for Lisa to time you out. What'd you say? You said something wrong, and Lisa timed you out.
You know what I mean? So we're gonna see how good of a trainer Malik Scott is. Like, listen, the hand mitts you doing on the hand mitts. That looks good. You see how Wilder moving to the left, moving to the right. All that looks good. All that looks good, right? All that looks good. I'm not gonna lie to you. It looks good, right? We're gonna see how you're able to execute that in the ring. I want to see what your sparring look like, which we're not gonna see that. You see what I'm saying? But we'll see. We'll see. July 24th can't get here fast enough. He can't get here fast enough. Because the last time I remember, Wilder said he was 100% healthy. I'm going to drop a video discussing that. Before the second fight, he said he was 100% healthy. He said this time he's going to get Fury out of there. He said he's going to bring his 6-inch nails from Alabama with his hammer, and he's going to make sure that Fury stayed down in the second fight because he couldn't keep him down in the first fight. This is what he said prior to the fight. The private press conference leading up to the second fight, and we know how that turned out. So now, he might need to bring 12-inch nails to see can he put Fury down and get him out of there, right? Because the only problem is you're dealing with the guy who has eaten your right hand in the first and second fight, and you couldn't even drop him in the second fight. And in the first fight, you couldn't keep him down. So the press conference is going to be off the chain, man. I'm anxious to see it. We will be doing a report on it, of course. And that's it. What Lisa say? Lisa, Dutch, what you said was false. AJ didn't endorse Ortiz. Yeah, exactly. AJ had offered Ortiz a fight before he fought Andrew Ruiz, and Ortiz turned it down to fight Wilder for $500,000.
It was a $7 million.
Can I ask a question, Coach?
There's $7 million.
Can I ask a question? Here's my question to Dutch, since you know so much. How can you duck a fighter, right? When you offered a fighter $7 million for a fight, who's never made $2 million. You offered him $7 million. He said 4 weeks was not enough time to train, and he turned the fight down. Didn't take a fight with Wilder for $500,000. So how could you call that a duck, bro? I'll wait for your answer.
Listen, when you're dealing with these Wilder fanboys, that's a duck to them. That's a duck to them. Even though their fighter turned the fight down, they'll turn around and use circular logic and say, well, he turned it down, but you still ducked him even though he turned the fight down. Even though he turned down $7 million to make $500,000, yeah, you still turned the fight down. This is how low IQ these Deontay Wilder fanboys are. You Deontay Wilder fanboys, your IQ is low as hell.
I mean, Coach.
Like, low as hell. Like, you guys are some of the slowest fanboys I've ever seen in my life. Literally. Like, literally, you guys are slow. Go ahead.
I mean, I got this thing right. The LDBC fan base says AJ ducked Wilder. How can you duck someone that you're sending offers to, which each one of them bigger than the last? They're saying AJ doesn't want to fight Wilder. That time in 2019, AJ is ducking Wilder. I didn't understand it. I mean, how can you duck someone that you're sending contracts to?
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, man. Listen, man. You trying to make sense out of nonsense with these guys is irrelevant. My thing is this here: AJ should not be brought up in this fight tomorrow. I mean, this press conference tomorrow, we don't want to hear nothing about Anthony Joshua. Both men have used Anthony Joshua's name for clout. That's how I feel about it. It is what it is. Now, tomorrow, Wilder and Fury need to focus on each other. I'm telling you what the narrative is going to be. He's going to have Wilder going to have his little goons there from Alabama. He will have his Alabama goons with him. He's going to have his trash ass brother Marcellus there, the one who said his brother had an autopsy. You know what I mean? He's going to have his little goons, his to this day goons there. Probably have a couple of alphabet boys. Maybe they'll be there, whatever the case may be. And it is what it is, man. Dutch, you might be there. Dutch might be there. You see what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. I don't want to hear no damn excuses. Period.
Dutch ain't coming to LA, Coach. Dutch ain't coming to LA.
Brain proof of all the stuff you said. Focus on July 24th. That's what you need to be focusing on. Because let me tell you something. The boy Sugar Hill can train. Emmanuel Stewart is one of my favorite. R.I.P. to Emmanuel Stewart, man. Let me hit the Ali Bell for Emmanuel Stewart. Ali Bell for Emmanuel Stewart. Emmanuel Stewart is one of my favorite trainers. One of them. You know what I mean? And Sugar Hill's been there from the beginning when Tyson Fury first came over there. The boy can train. Now, this is going to be his second training camp with Sugar Hill. I like Sugar Hill over Malik Scott any day of the week.
Yeah.
Like literally. I think Tyson Fury can be a little bit more disciplined and execute the game plan and a little bit more patient and execute the game plan more so than Deontay Wilder. This is why I'm picking Fury. Outside of, I don't like his fan base or his fanboys. Don't like him. I really don't like him. Really, the fanboys more so the fans, but it's kind of hard to tell a Deontay Wilder fan from a fanboy because both of them act one and the same. You know what I mean? You can't tell a fan from a fanboy because some of those Wilder fans can easily venture off into fanboyism, which is when you are a fanatic of an individual. You know what I mean? So this guy's some more than just a fanboy with dancing partners. Oh yeah. You know, personally, he's going to get it back in blood and give Fury a fourth. However, with the exception of getting Anthony Joshua Usyk. Yeah, man, listen, I don't even want to hear nothing about no Anthony Joshua Usyk. Right now, Wilder need to focus on Fury. But that's what it's all. Don't even bring up Joshua's name. Joshua gonna fight Usyk, and Wilder need to focus on Tyson Fury. But I'm gonna tell you something. Looking mean, looking mad, and all that stuff there, that shit ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. I mean, it ain't gonna work, bro. I'm telling you, it ain't gonna work. It is what it is. And again, my prediction, I'm making my prediction off the rip. 10th or 11th round stoppage, TKO stoppage. Tyson Fury. That's who I'm betting on. I'm betting on Tyson Fury to stop the. So we got the Gypsy Queen and the Twerkinator. And I like the Gypsy over the Twerkinator any day of the week. I don't care nothing about them being pillow fists. And this is what we want. We're gonna make sure the CIA gonna be there, the FBI, the Department of Homeland Security. We're gonna make sure everything is there because I don't want no damn excuses when the Twerkinator get his ass whooped again. Period. I don't want no excuses. Hold on, let me go ahead and correct this. Shout out to my main man, Victorio Cotuno. What you say, Fury champion Wilder lost. Yeah, shout out for the super chat, fam. Really appreciate that. Go Shelton, man. Oh yeah, Shelton walking right now. Shelton walking right now. Yeah, man. So sick note. What you say, fam? I feel like a fanboy of Fury because I'm constantly replying to ridiculous-ish LDBC imagination. Yeah, man, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with those dudes. I really am. Wilder promoted a fight with Ortiz with no date and venue. Yeah, he did. They didn't even have a date or venue yet. They really didn't. You know what I mean? So, Peter Barnard say personally, when Wilder screams Bomb Squad, it's obnoxious. Just my opinion. Yeah, the Bomb Squad Nation is cool. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But I can't rock with them. I'm not a part of the Bomb Squad Nation. Don't want to have no parts of it. Don't like the Bomb Squad. As a matter of fact, I care nothing about the Bomb Squad Nation at all. You see what I'm saying? Hey, what you got to say about that, Wilder? What you got to say?
You gonna come see you, coach? You gonna come to Florida to see you, coach?
Hey, I feel that way, man. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm just like, man, Wilder. Hey, Wilder funny though. I like Wilder for the heavyweight division because he's very funny. He's very funny, bro. He's very funny. Stephen UK saying, why are we still talking about failed negotiations from 4 years ago? Exactly, man. Like, why are we still talking about that? Like, I don't even want to talk about that
that's
anymore.
What they talking about. That's what they keep bringing up. The only points they have to bring up is AJ ducked. AJ don't want to fight Wilder. Well, I mean, it's redundant, but we're going to say it one more time. How can you duck somebody when you sent them contracts? You sent them 2 contracts, actually. So how can you duck them when you send them a contract?
Right, exactly. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Wilder's this perfect fighter. He can't do any wrong. He's representing, I don't know what the hell he's representing. I really don't know. And I really don't care. You know what I mean? But that's why they're still talking about it, Steve, in the UK, because these guys are still talking about it to this day. They're going to bring Anthony Joshua up in this press conference. Why? I have no idea. Why are you bringing up another fighter? And I'm telling you, I promise you this is what's going to happen. They are going to bring this up. And I hope Fury or Wilder just sit back and say, you know what, man, right now I'm focusing on Tyson Fury. Fury says, I'm focusing on Deontay Wilder. I'm not worried about AJ. AJ has a fight coming up. Let's focus on us. You see what I'm saying? That's what both fighters need to do.
Hey, Coach, Lisa had a great suggestion. I talked to Lisa yesterday, and Lisa said what AJ should do is the next time that they bring his name up in their fight, in the build up to their fight, AJ should send a cease and desist order to both of them. Stop using my motherfucking name for clout. Stop using my name. If you don't want to fight me, if you ain't sent me no contract, don't use my name.
Right. You know what I mean? So that's it, man. So I mean that's it. So they got to do something. Fury and Wilder need each other. They deserve, but not need each other. They deserve each other. As a matter of fact, when they fight this third time, they need to have a fourth fight, and a fifth fight, and a sixth fight. They just need to keep fighting each other. Just keep fighting each other and keep fighting each other. You know what I mean? Because they just need to. They just keep fighting each other. But I will say this again. I'm letting it be known. Today. I got Fury stopping Wilder in like the 10th round. I just think that once the game plan not working, and you're gonna have to start thinking using this IQ wise, how to cut that ring off, how to set your shots up and stuff like that. Wilder's trying to learn what Fury already knows how to do. He's been doing pretty much his entire career. You know what I mean? And I think it's going to be something different. So Wilder, if Fury is really pillow fisted, Wilder should just be able to walk in there, walk through those punches, and be able to get his shots off. He should be able to get in there.
Hold on, Coach. Nobody suppressed your comment, bro. We already said, people, if they're not being disrespectful or using foul language, don't time them out. Let them have they say. No matter how warped their opinion might be, they deserve to have their say.
Yeah, Stephen, in the UK, what you say? Go ahead.
Because we got this water bottle gate, glove gate, costume gate. What excuse is going to be last time when Wilder loses?
Hold on, what's this? Yeah, we ought to address that. He say, damn, we're suppressing comments. I guess I need to drop that dub. No, you don't need to drop anything. You know what I mean? You don't need to drop anything over here. We don't hustle for super chats over here. And now no one is expressing your comments. I just addressed your comments. So I don't know who you're talking about. But if you feel like that I am suppressing your comments, if you feel that way when I'm clearly not, then maybe you should go to another channel where you won't get suppressed, because you're not getting suppressed over here. I have no idea what you're talking about. I really don't. You know what I mean? You're not being disrespectful, so I have no reason to suppress your comments at all, brother. Y2K, what's going on, fam? Shout out to Y2K. Let me see. He said, man, Wilder was slayed on this press tour. Wilder will slayed on this press tour. I'm reading that right. I don't know if that's a grammatical error or not. Fury has too much ammo on him to roast him with. That fourth bomb squad catchphrase isn't going to cut it. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like,
he says Wilder will be slayed. That's what he meant. Wilder will be slayed.
Oh, Wilder will be slayed. Okay, yeah. Because he's not gonna. He can't out talk Fury. Fury has the gift of gab. He's not gonna out talk Fury. And the only thing Fury gonna revert back to is, listen, man, I beat you so bad, you started making a million excuses. You blame the sport of boxing for conspiring against you to help Tyson Fury cheat, bro. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, on top of all of the other things you gave, like Fury. Go ahead.
I got a prediction. Don't laugh now. Don't laugh too hard. Here's my prediction. Somebody's gonna ask Fury tomorrow, what's gonna be your game plan for the third fight? Fury gonna come with the Clubber Lane game plan. Don't need one. I'm gonna whoop him like I did the last time.
Yep, beat him like I did last time. That's my game plan. That's it. You know what I mean? That's it. You know what I mean? So other than that, man, I just, you know what I mean? I just think that, I think it was more of a pride thing, right? So now tomorrow, we got the Bomb Squad, the Twerkinator, the leader of the Bomb Squad Nation. He's going to come in. He's going to come in with his full Bomb Squad Nation, his armor. He's going to come in there and he's going to try to intimidate Fury. It's not going to work. It's kind of hard to intimidate a man who don't beat your ass already, embarrass you on Black History Month in front of all of your Wakandaites. So it's really going to. That's not going to work, So, but it's going to be interesting to hear him talk, to hear him, say all kind of stuff. It's going to be very interesting. Wilder blaming his mama for drinking tainted baby milk. Yeah, you know what I mean. So Wilder, and you need to work on your legs. Do not skip leg day. Work on legs and build your cardio up. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't care what you're working on with Malik Scott. If fatigue sets in, And if you watch any of Deontay Wilder's fights, he does have stretches where he gets tired, right? Until his second wind kicks in. But if fatigue sets in, you know what I mean? You're going to have to, and fatigue, and as the great custom model says, fatigue makes cowards out of all of us. Once you get tired. So Wilder's going to have to be in the best conditioning of his life. I expect Fury to be in the best condition of his life because Fury's trying to get to his next fight where he can make a lot of money, right? And it's only one thing that's in the way, Deontay Wilder. So Deontay Wilder's in the way, and somebody gonna get their ass whooped, and I'm betting it's gonna be Fury beating Wilder for the third time or for the second time since the first fight was a draw. So that's me. That's what I got on it. That's what I feel like. You know what I mean? And other than that, that's it, man. You know, I really do believe that way.
Let's give Wilder a little bit of credit though, Coach. Now he been spouting off in these little interviews. He been doing lately, saying that he had 3 training camps with Malik Scott, so he should be in supreme shape. He should be ready to go.
Yeah, he should be. You know what I mean? But you know, listen. Yeah, as a matter of fact, Wilder is in supreme shape. He's not hurt. There's nothing wrong with him. He's in the best shape of his life. You see what I'm saying? My counter argument to a lot of that stuff when these guys say that, hey man, real talk, I'll drop something. I know you're not a race hustling. Just respect my words and address them. I'm not saying anything disrespectful. I did address what you said though. As a matter of fact, just post it again and I'll address it. I can't address every comment, but just go ahead and post it again so I can prove to you, Michael Andrew, that you're not being suppressed. You know what I mean? Again, I don't need your super chat. Keep your money. You know what I mean? I'm not doing this for super chats. If you want to donate, good. But this is not the Alphabet Boy channel. You know what I mean? If you got a question, I will address it. If it's a super chat with a question, that's higher priority over anyone, of course. You know what I mean? But I'm just letting you know, fam, this ain't like that over here. You know,
Rachel, I'm gonna address you right quick, Rachel. Wilder is the one that said he had $50 million that he was gonna send to AJ. Wilder started that I'm gonna send the contract stuff, not AJ. Wilder said he was in position to send the man $50 million.
Yeah, Rachel, he did say that though. He did say that. I mean, we knew Wilder didn't have 50 million, so I don't know how in the hell a fighter. I never heard of a fighter sending another fighter an offer. You just don't hear that. It's always the fighters' handlers, like the promoters who handle the business aspect of it. You know what I mean? Unless like maybe you Sugar Ray Robinson or somebody like that. You know, or if you are a fighter who has your own promotional company and like a Canelo maybe or a Manny Pacquiao or something like that. But Wilder's not in that situation. Normally, Rachel, it's always the fighter, you know, his handlers. You know, I'm the same guy who spoke up for Wilder when the question was asking him, why did he turn down $120 million DAZN deal? And he looked directly at Shelly Finkel. And Shelly Finkel took over the interview and said, address me with this question. And he didn't want to answer it. Right? So that told me that Mr. to this day has handlers that he has to listen to. Right? So that's what that tells me. That tells me that. You know what I mean? So other than that, man, I mean that's just how I see it and how I feel about it. You know, the man got handlers. He got to do what Shelly Finkel and Al Heyman tell him to do. Uncle Al is what I call him. Uncle Al. So if Uncle Al don't approve of it, or if Shelly Finkel don't approve of it, then the Twerkinator can't do nothing unless his handlers, you know, tell him what to do. Now I don't know what role, and we know JD's is his part manager as well. So you know, we'll just see what it's gonna be, man. It's gonna be Wilder has 2 white managers. He's so pro-black, but he got 2 white managers.
Hey, Coach, Chris Matthews wants the link. I guess he got something to say.
Go ahead, Chris. Link right there. Anybody want to jump in? Go ahead. The link right there. Lil Green IP, what you say? I'm cringing at the thought of the press conference. No, I'm looking forward to it. Dutch, if you want to come in, come in. Michael Andrews, if you want to come in, come in. The link right there. Nobody suppressing you. Just come on in. As long as you respectful, y'all come on in.
Let's give Wilder some support. Come on, y'all. Y'all the fans, speak up for the man.
Yeah, y'all come on here and support your guy. Support your man.
Coach, I have something to add on. Like, actually, you have to give credit to Wilder. It's not very common in boxing to find a limited fighter with Wilder's skills to last being a champion for 5 years. I mean, I've never seen anything like it.
This guy said Wilder made that back off the trilogy. No, he didn't. Show me some documentation where Wilder made $120 million off the trilogy.
That guy is just he's lying.
You're lying.
Actually, that pay-per-view flopped. I mean,
no, the second one did well. The second one did like 800,000. But the first one did 300,000.
Coach, I'm saying the break-even point was 1.1 million pay-per-view buys for them to get the break-even for them to start earning money. But now they only made like 850. Okay, it made 850,000 pay-per-view buys, but it was not the break-even point for both sides to get profit. So,
hey, Coach, how you doing?
Hey, go ahead. Hold on, fam. Hold on for a minute. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
I'm saying the break-even point was 1.1 million pay-per-view buys. So okay, the second fight did better than the first fight, but we need to surpass. They needed to surpass the break-even point so that it can get more money. So that guy saying that he made 120 million in those fights is lying. It's not true.
Of course he's lying. I mean, of course he's lying. It's public record. He didn't make that. He didn't make that at all. I mean, I broke that down on the show before. I can show you exactly what he made. He's lying. But listen, Dutch, you can feel free. Dutch and Michael Andrew, feel free to come on here and support your boy. I would love to have you. Would love to have you.
Who's the new guy in the stream, Coach?
Hey, shout out to Chris Matthews. Chris Matthews, go ahead and chop it up, man. We're going to give Chris Matthews a round of applause. Chris Matthews, go ahead and talk, brother. Say what you got to say, my fam. Oh yeah, and shout out to Sly Tennessee's for the super chat. Hold on. Shout out to Sly Tennis for the super chat. He said I would have been here earlier, but I had to ask Master Al. Okay. Go ahead, Chris. Chris, go ahead.
My mic was muted. Hey, how y'all doing, man?
Go ahead, fam. We're doing good.
What's up, man? Chris? Basically, this is just a shit show. Sorry about the language. I don't know how they're going to sell this to us because they're trying to sell mutton as the form of lamb, which is complete nonsense. At the end of the day, this is just a nonsense fight. We've just been inconvenienced by these two camps because for some weird reason that they're jealous of Anthony Joshua and the American market and certain parts of the British market haven't got their stuff together. This is nonsense. I don't want to even look at this shit show because at the end of the day, there's a reason why the YouTubers and everybody else is, starting to make money off of it because they see boxing is a sham, just like, the YouTube and the TikTokers fighting. This stuff is nonsense. And we have people like AJ getting blamed for everything, knowing damn well everybody just hates on AJ because AJ gets, the lion's share of the eyes in boxing. And he did it the right way. How's it a guy that beat Vladimir Klitschko, who's beaten Charles Martin, who's beaten everybody they put in front of him, and came back after losing to Andy Ruiz and won back his title, and everybody thought he was going to, fold up, beats Kubrat Pulev, has the most title defenses out of everybody, and it's his fault? What's going on here? What's going on with boxing? Like, really, this is sad.
Yeah, man, I just, again, I just want to, I understand exactly what you're saying. I don't want to do any deflection, right? I want to give Wilder Fury press conference in this upcoming fight my 120% focus and attention. Why? Because I don't want them deflecting talking about Anthony Joshua. Joshua ain't got nothing to do with your trilogy match. You see what I'm saying? You got Malik Scott as your trainer now. You see what I'm saying? So that should be your focus. I like Sugar Hill as a trainer over Malik Scott. Period. That's who I like. Malik Scott, I see what's going on. I see the game that's going on. Yeah, he looking good. He, doing some stuff on Instagram, uploading videos, showing that you're going back to the basics. 35 years old, you just going back to some shit that you should have learned 20 years ago. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So Malik Scott is doing that right now. Again, that's what he needs to be focusing on because Sugar Hill got a game plan for that. Whatever. Listen, I like Sugar Hill as a trainer over Malik Scott, and I like Tyson Fury's boxing IQ more than I like Wilder's boxing IQ, and I think that Tyson Fury would be a little bit more patient in order to execute the game plan versus Wilder, and that's how I feel about it.
I gotta disagree. I gotta disagree with Chris on one aspect. Chris, you got to remember something, man. If you I'm a true boxing fan, and anytime there's a heavyweight championship fight, I'm gonna watch. I'm old enough to remember they were saying the same thing about Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes ain't got no competition. Larry Holmes ain't fought nobody. These fights ain't shit. But it's still a heavyweight championship of the world. As a boxing fan, I gotta watch it.
I understand that. I would love. I'm going to watch it. Don't get me wrong. And the ire to Larry Holmes is this: he beat Ali. That's the only reason why people don't like Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes fought everybody they put in front of him, but that's neither here nor there. But the reason why I wouldn't want to watch something like this is because Wilder hasn't done it the right way. These guys haven't done it the right way. How have you been boxing since 2008 professionally? You haven't fought any of the Klitschko's. You haven't fought Povetkin. I understand Povetkin popped dirty, but ultimately you haven't fought anybody really of note. This guy's been cutting his teeth against the best of the best. And people try to shit on him because he's just from Britain. What's going on here? At the end of the day, isn't this America?
Hold on, Chris. One question. Hold on. Who's been cutting their teeth against the best of the best? Don't say Tyson Fury.
Huh?
Who's been cutting their teeth against the best of the best?
I say Anthony Joshua's cutting his teeth against the best of the best.
He's fighting the best opposition. He's fighting his mandos. He's doing what a champion is supposed to do. You're absolutely right. He's fighting his mandatories. He's fighting who they put in front of him. You're right about that. But yeah, the level of competition that Wilder's fought is atrocious. The level that Fury's fought is atrocious. Fury ain't really fought nobody. He beat Klitschko. He beat Wilder. Who else did he beat?
Yeah,
nobody.
When you're looking at the resumes, Fury and Wilder resumes are very similar. I think maybe Tyson Fury is he's had one more better fight than Wilder, and he beat Klitschko, right? He beat Klitschko and he beat Wilder. Wilder only beat Ortiz, and he beat Dominique Brazil, and he beats Bermain Stavern and Spilka, and you know what I mean. So the resumes, it is what it is. But as it relates to pure boxing ability, you know what I mean? I'm not even going to get into their resumes because their resumes are not going to have anything to do with this third fight. This third fight is going to be who can execute the best game plan. Wilder is going to be, I have to disguise how I'm going to land this right hand, even though he landed the right hand twice already in 2 fights. You know what I mean? So Wilder is going to have to figure out a better way to disguise the right hand. Maybe he can catch Fury not expecting it. Fury knows what Wilder wants to do. He wants to disguise that right hand. So I need to take that away from him. There's 2 ways you can take away someone's right hand, to take away their hand from them. You smother their punch. When you're fighting a power puncher, you smother him. When you smother him, it doesn't give him the time to generate the kind of power and leverage that he needs in order to get that shot off. That's when you're fighting, a power puncher. You smother him, right? Or you outbox him. You stay out of range, and you're able to maneuver and get out of range and get him out of position by using feints. Now, when it comes to feints, I have to admit, when it comes to feints, Tyson Fury is probably the best in the sport of boxing right now today when it comes to feints. This guy can feint.
Canelo.
They can't be. They can't be. Your statement is wrong, Coach. They can't be the best. Because Deontay Wilder is 10 times more skilled than Muhammad Ali.
Oh yeah. You're right. Well, we know that was some bullshit. We know that. But I'm just, I'm just saying, like, that's what really impresses me with Fury. His face, they talking about the Erky Jerky style. The thing is with the Erky Jerky, you don't know whether he's coming in or not coming in. But he didn't fight Erky Jerky that second fight. You didn't see no Erky Jerky that second fight. That second fight, you saw the crunk style. No, we front foot dominant. I'm going to see that punch coming. I'm going to absorb it, and I'm going to step up in his chest. I'm going to make him go back and force him to fight the way I want to. Who is going to be able to impose their will on each other? Will Wilder be able to impose his will on Fury? right? Or will Fury be able to impose his will on Wilder? Fury's not going to fight Wilder the way he fought the first fight. Because we saw he didn't fight that way the second fight. He understands I have to fight this guy. Wilder's the bully of the heavyweight division. What do we know about bullies? When you take it to the bully, he's not a bully anymore. Just take it to him. All Fury got to do, take it right to his Alabama ass. Take it right to him.
Stop spitting facts, coach. Stop spitting all them facts. They can't comprehend that.
Yeah, man, you got to listen. You listen. This is what Andre Ward was telling Shakur Stevenson Saturday night. He said, man, when you're fighting a guy who has power in his right hand, you how you take that power away? You step up in his chest. Because a power punch, now unless he's a short fighter like a Mike Tyson, who can get, all he needs is just a couple of inches, he can land his shots. Outside of a short fighter like that, that's, outside of Tyson, that'd be dangerous to do that. Tyson, you got to keep him on the edge of your jab and keep him in there. That's how you beat a Tyson. But someone like a Wilder, he's tall, he's 6'7", Fury is 6'9", and this is what Fury did in the second fight. He just smothered him. And then when he got close, what he did? Put his weight on him. He mauled him. Yeah, he put him in the headlock. He did all of that. That's what you're supposed to do. Frustrate him. Make the referee do his job that night. Hey, shout out to my man Bo. Shout out to my man Bo. Give my brother Bo round of applause, man. Round of applause to my brother Bo. And let's hit the Ali bell for my brother as well.
What's going on, fellas? What's going on? I see y'all talking about this upcoming press conference.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. You know what I mean? So, hold on. Somebody say, Carlos Mendoza said, rumor has it Fanon is in the mental asylum. Yeah, I don't give a damn. I don't care where he at, to be honest with you.
Who cares?
Wilder's practicing the body shots for the smother tactics used by Fury last time he fought Wilder. Body. Outside would be best. But Wilder's working to disguise the long range fight. Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
That's a good thing. We'll see.
Well, I will say this.
Bo,
It's not the first. It ain't the first time Wilder's practicing body shots. I mean, he did utilize the body shots against Ortiz in the second fight. He utilized it. He just didn't utilize it much. He kept throwing a left hook to the body. But the thing is that he doesn't feel comfortable when he's fighting somebody like, Tyson Fury. He didn't even really feel comfortable when he fought Ortiz because they kept coming at him. So he didn't feel too comfortable. So he just had that one right hand when he caught Ortiz in that second fight, because really Ortiz was on his way of winning that fight if it wasn't for that knockout. So it all depends on how he feels comfortable when he get in a fight with Tyson Fury.
Right. And Matt Cedillo, what do you say, fam? Matt Cedillo, what do you say? You say Andre Ward got dropped using disses with Kovalev, but he beat him up on the inside. He took away Sergey's range. That's what you do. Listen, if you know anything about Deontay Wilder needs range in order to land that right hand. And once he learned that from Mark Breeden. Mark Breeden told him that. The guy who he fired told him that. You see what I'm saying? Malik Scott didn't teach him that because Malik Scott did shit. When Malik Scott was a professional fighter, he didn't do none of that. So he learned that.
He turned his back and ran, coach. When Malik Scott was fighting, he would turn his back and run away from his opponents.
Watch that Malik Scott versus King Kong Ortiz. Man, Malik Scott turned around and tried to run out the ring. This is the dude. This is the guy who you got training you. I don't believe in Malik Scott at all. I just don't. He's a nice guy. You know what I mean? But boxing ain't about nice guys. This guy here, man, I just don't see him putting that killer instinct in Wilder like that. He's a glorified hype man. He's hyping him up, and that's what it is. And if I had to pick a trainer, who do I want in my corner when the going gets tough in a fight? Do I want Malik Scott or do I want Sugar Hill? I want Sugar Hill. I want a real trainer in my corner. I don't want nobody hyping me up, going to twerk with me and tell me about, you better than Ali and all that stuff there. Gonna lie to me. Don't lie to me. Tell me the truth, man. Listen, man. Tell me what I need to work on. Tell me what I need to get better. Tell me why I went wrong at, so I can make sure I don't make these mistakes again, man, because I got everything riding on this fight.
And that's the biggest question. That's the biggest thing that we as fans, we got to look at. This fight is all or nothing for Deontay Wilder. Yeah. Deontay Wilder loses this fight, the hype is done. The train stops. It's all over. He has to win for his career to go where he wants it to go and for his legacy. If he loses this fight, he's the bum everybody said he was, and that's it. That's it.
Man, you know they ain't gonna let that go, man. They're gonna find another batch of excuses if he get his ass whipped this fight.
Shout out to my man Steve J for the super chat, man. I really appreciate that, fam. Really appreciate that for the support. Hold on, we got someone else in the building. Sly Tennessees, what's going on, fam?
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, Shelton, the immortal? What's up, man? I was listening to everything, and how you doing, Coach? Real quick, you know, Wilder reminds me a lot. If y'all remember Public Enemy, like Wilder is Chuck D, and Malik Scott is his Flavor Flav, his hype man.
Yeah.
But no, I was listening to y'all, and I thought of something. It really reminds me a lot of the situation, and he was talking about the Malik Scott King Kong Ortiz fight. Like, he ran that whole fight. Yeah. And in the Wilder fight, I was arguing with a dude on Barbershop about this, and he got all mad. But why, if you was looking to close up the holes that Tyson Fury exposed, like Wilder got offered to train with Mayweather. Like Mayweather reached out and said, look, hey, come to me and I'll help you. I'll show you how to beat this dude. So for him to turn him down to take Malik Scott tells me that he might have something something wrong with him. Maybe that ass whipping was too much.
Well, I will say this. And Wilder's defense, you know, for turning down that Floyd Mayweather fight, you got to remember Floyd Mayweather technically was teasing him, you know, making fun of him the whole time or whatnot. So you know, Deontay Wilder, he wasn't going to take up on that offer, especially when Mayweather is clowning you and everything. Yeah, I can see why he turned it down.
I understand. No. I know what you're saying, but this was all after like all the excuses came out, because Fred and what's that dude, Drew Titan, were saying that they had all got the LDVC organized and that Floyd is being serious about the offer. He was goofing with him at first, but I think he offered to. I know George Foreman offered to train Nate Robinson after he lost to Jake Paul. And when that same interview, he said, I would help Deontay Wilder. So, I mean, and that's somebody I think would be perfect for Wilder, because he knows how to, on top of, Foreman didn't learn most of his defense and cross guard and stuff until later in his career, but he needs that defense. Like, he needs those cross blocks. Like, he needs to learn like posting and framing. Because if somebody like Tyson, and I was going to ask you this, Coach, this is what I was thinking of while you were talking about it. When you said Fury was the best at feinting, which I agree with you, did you mean that he's the best for feinting because he's so big and it's not characteristic, or just because he's just fast in general?
No, what I mean by that is Tyson Fury he's a really good feiner. I'm not talking about the irky jerky. I'm not talking about that.
Okay.
I'm saying just him using his feints. Because if you look at Wilder doesn't feint. He's learning all of this with Malik Scott. Fury understand like when you're trying to set up a punch, how to disguise a certain punch you want to land. It takes someone who's able to, 1, to listen, 2, execute the game plan, 3, has to have a high boxing IQ, high ring IQ, right? And then 4, the best way to set punches up is feints. The best way to set a punch up, one of the best way to set a punch up is feints. Ali was good at it. The pull, like when people talk about Floyd Mayweather with the pull counter. Well, Ali was that came from Ali. I'm not saying he was the one that invented it, but if you look at a lot of Ali fights, the pull counter, Ali do that all the time. He'll throw that right hand over your right hand, over your arm.
They act like the pull counter was created because of the Philly shell, and it's not.
No.
The first person I ever saw use a pull counter was Sugar Ray Robinson.
Sugar Ray Robinson, exactly. My favorite fighter. Yeah. My favorite fighter, which that's Ali's favorite fighter, Sugar Ray Robinson. You know what I mean? So when Ali fought Sonny Liston, I think Joe Louis was in the ring that day, and I think Sugar Ray Robinson was right there in the ring as well.
Right? I will say this: I thought I saw Joe Louis do a pull counter as well.
Yeah, Joe Louis. Yeah. No, I'm not. Yeah, what I'm saying is the pull counter been around forever. It's been around for a long time. You know what I mean?
It's not mutually exclusive to Mayweather, is what he's saying.
Yeah, but the Mayweather fans, they feel like he invented it. You know what I mean? They feel like he invented it, but Mayweather.
And to answer your question, to piggyback on your statement, Ball, the reason Wilder didn't take Floyd Mayweather or any of the legends up on them helping him train is because Wilder needs his ego stroked. He needs somebody to do what he wants them to do and say what he wants them to say. And these guys are going to tell him what he needs to hear instead of what he wants to hear. And Wilder ain't built for that.
Hold on,
he doesn't think he did anything wrong. I mean, he really, like, if you watch some of that interview, I'm sure that he saw things he could have done better, but he really thinks like he was cheated. He really thinks I didn't do anything wrong. I came in there fair, and it's ridiculous.
Let me go ahead and address the super chat, man. Matt, what's going on, fam? What you say, man? Wilder should have hired Virgil Hunter. From everything I hear, Hunter trained sound fighters around deficiencies. Yeah, I mean, he could have hired Virgil Hunter, but the thing is, Virgil would have had, can he turn around a fighter who's developed a certain habit, fighting a certain way his entire career in one training camp? Sometimes it takes more than one training camp. Sometimes that fighter would have to fight lesser competition in order to pull off some of the things that you've been working on in training camp. So to get your muscle memory more acclimated to what they're trying to teach you. You see what I'm saying? But now he's trying to learn something totally new, fighting at a high level against a guy who you clearly fought twice already. The guy who you fought twice showed you one style the first fight and showed you how he can make adjustments the second fight. So he showed how he can make adjustments in two fights. You see what I'm saying? The two fights you fought. So now I want to see Wilder. Go ahead.
Let me address D. Luckett, Coach. D. Luckett. Wilder not going to prove me wrong. I'm pulling for Wilder to win this fight. I'm just not going to kiss his ass like y'all do. I'm going to point out his deficiencies, point out, in my opinion, by participating in this sport for 7-8 years, by watching this sport since 1969, what I see and how I think Wilder can improve. I'm not going to kiss his ass like you guys do and say everything he does is right and Wilder's the greatest. He's clearly, out of 50 heavyweights, he's number 50. He's number 50. Out of 50 heavyweight champions, he's number 50 because he hasn't fought anyone and hasn't proven anything in his whole career.
So my thing is this.
Okay.
My thing is this. What happens if he doesn't prove the doubters wrong? What are you going to think? What are you going to say about that, D. Luckett?
He ain't gonna have a response for that. They never reply back to that. They never reply back to that. They
ain't even remotely thinking about him losing, and that's the thing that makes it even more crazy. Because like the irony here is that people like Shelton, people like Coach, as much as and we all have our biases. We all like who we like, and that's fine, and that's who we'll cap for the most part. But the difference is that Shelton, me, Coach, and most people in the chat, we can be objective and be like, look, I'm pulling for Wilder, but I know what the chances, realistically, I know what the chances are. They won't admit that.
I'm not pulling for him.
I'm not either.
I'm not pulling. No, you just said you're pulling for Wilder, but I'm not pulling for Wilder. I'm just letting you know off the rip. Coach Malachi Williams is not pulling for Wilder. I am not pulling for Deontay Wilder. I don't like his fanboys. I don't like the excuses. I'm not pulling for him. Period. I'm pulling for Tyson Fury to stop his ass in the 10th, 11th round. That's what I'm doing. I'm letting it be known off the ripper. Off the ripper, I'm pulling for Tyson Fury to stop the twerkinator in the 10th or 11th round. Because I want to shut down these damn fanboys. I know y'all gonna be on suicide watch when your king from Alabama get his ass whooped. And y'all just need to go ahead and off yourself when it's over with.
You think they're
Coach, let me address Dutch right quick. Dutch right quick. Dutch, check this out, man. I'm finna read your comment because I just saw it. It just popped up on me. Come on, this phone is moving slow. Dutch, there you go. If he cheated once, he'll cheat again. Okay, if he cheated once, he'll cheat twice. Where's the evidence that he cheated, Dutch? So you just taking Wilder's word as gospel? That's the same logic you could use when people say, okay, well, Manny Pacquiao is on PEDs. Well, where's the proof? He's been boxing for 21 years. He's never popped dirty. So how can you say the man's on PEDs?
Right.
If you have, it doesn't matter in America where we live, or even in Britain, because our legal system is based on yours. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you know. What matters is what you can prove. Can you prove it?
Right. Not only that, but you're talking about one thing. He cheated with the gloves. Okay, well, Wilder said the costume drained his legs. So you're not addressing the costume. Wilder said that he wasn't the same when they took the mask off. He could hardly see. You're not addressing that. You're not addressing that he said that the water bottle was spiked by his own trainer, Mark Breland, which I talked to Tommy Brooks. Tommy Brooks, which you probably even know who he is because you probably just been watching boxing 2-3 years ago. Tommy Brooks is a legendary trainer. I advise you to look him up. Tommy Brooks said that, listen, he said, man, listen, why would Mark Breland spike Deontay Wilder's water? If he cut Deontay Wilder's hand off, if he hurt Deontay Wilder, he's cutting his own hand off. This is how he feed his family, by making sure his fighter execute the game plan and stay a champion. So what was the motive for Wilder, for Deontay, for Mark Breland to do that? So you got to address all these other things. What I notice about you Wilder fanboys, you stick to the glove stuff, but you don't talk about the other stuff that Wilder said. He said that it was juju put on him. Fred, my brother Fred from Fred Barbershop, and I disagree with him, but he said that Wilder possibly could have had COVID. We heard 1,000 goddamn things. Costume gate, different versions of glove gate, water bottle gate, mask gate, referee gate. You see what I'm saying? The boxing commission conspired against him. So I notice you Wilder fanboys, you don't address all the excuse in this entirety. You address that one thing that you want to focus on while ignoring all of the other stuff that your king from Alabama said. Why you want to address that, I have no idea.
Dutch, go ahead, Sly.
I was just going to say real quick, the commission was in on it. This is the same commission. This is what I always tell these people that just cap for Wilder so hard. The same commission that you're saying cheated Wilder or had something to do with it is the same commission that didn't make him fight a mandatory opponent for almost 5 years, except Luis Ortiz twice. So, I mean, what they would be. That's like releasing a virus that you can get because you want to get somebody else sick. So they love him so much all this time, but when he fights Fury, they don't. Like, it don't even make no sense.
Yeah, what I don't
Dutch,
understand
if you're not at work, bro. Go ahead, Bo.
Yeah. What I don't understand is how Wilder in both fights, he said Tyson Fury was pillow fisted. Those punches did not hurt, and then all of a sudden, after Young Pharaoh and all the LDBC follow with these videos, he came out and said, "Oh, you put a dent in my skull," but you just said the man can't even punch. He went from pillow fisted to putting a dent in your skull. Like, that doesn't even make sense in itself.
Right. So this guy,
Dutch, if you're not at work, Dutch, why don't you get on the panel and explain yourself? Because you're making all these wild accusations in the chat, but none of it makes sense, bro. So why don't you get on the panel and explain it to us so we can understand where you're coming from?
Shout out to Lil Bullet. Lil Bullet say, "I know fear when I see it." And in the second fight, Wilder was shook from the moment he stepped in the ring. He knew Fury had come for a war. Yeah, absolutely.
Fury used to train with Kronk too. A lot of people don't know that. He trained with Kronk back in the day. Like, he knew how to set down on his punches, but he said, and I listened to it in an interview, he said he preferred the style where he's on the back foot, he takes less damage that way. It's more of a like the style he used to beat Klitschko and in the first Wilder fight. But when he comes forward, you can say pillow fisted or not. When you're that big, when you're 270 something pounds and your reach is that long and you got that much extra weight, because he put a lot of muscle on for that fight too. So, right. He knew the Kronk. I mean, he knew he had to get reacclimated to it probably, but the Kronk style is go out and knock a dude's head off.
Oh, wait a minute. D Lucky said y'all sound dumb. He said we sound dumb. Why are you here? Why are you here, sir? And I guess what? And guess
Why don't you go somewhere where they sound smart? Why don't you go somewhere where they smart at?
And guess what? They still have not addressed the water bottle. I just asked this. You talk about the gloves. What about the water bottle? What about the two different versions of glove gate? What about the referee, the crab in the bucket referee? What about the entire boxing commission, VADA, Nevada Athletic Commission, the WBC, Mauricio Suleiman? You said that all of these guys conspired against Wilder, because Tyson Fury had to place for protection. What about white supremacy? He brought that up as well. You haven't addressed any of those. You see what I'm saying? So
Here's the most important one. Here's the most important one. What about Jay Diaz? He was the one watching the gloves. And why didn't Deontay Wilder fire him? If because most of the stuff that Deontay Wilder talked about was Jay Diaz's responsibility. And so why didn't he fire Jay Diaz?
Here's something else people just totally ignore. Wilder got the commission to change the ref. He got the commission to change not just the ref. He got the commission to get rid of Paulie Malignaggi through Showtime because he didn't like his commentary. I mean, if everyone's against Wilder, then how is he able to do that? You got to have some pretty good political power to do something like that. That's like somebody saying, I don't like the way Lampley commentates my fight. I don't want him there. Like you can't. You have to have some pretty strong power, backroom power to do something like that. So it's just crazy that people think that.
Well, D Luckett, you said you want to teach, so why don't you get on the panel, bro? The link is in the chat. Come on up here and teach us since you teaching.
I want to learn.
He said why did Deontay Wilder win the arbitration? Well, it was a rematch clause in there, so that's the only reason why he won. That has nothing to do with this cheating that Fury did, that you claimed he did.
That he claimed he did because the allegations of cheating. There was a contract, and so they had a contract for a third fight, and this is why he won the arbitration. And it was a white Jewish judge who ruled in the black man from Alabama's favor.
Exactly.
So guess what? So D Luckett. So guess what? Guess what? You got the black man from Alabama, the country boy from Alabama, the twerkinator. He has two white managers, right? Who fought tooth and nail to make sure that he get a third match with Tyson Fury, and there was a white judge who ruled in his favor. So that killed all that complexion for the protection and all of that, because if that was the goddamn case, the white judge never would have ruled in his favor.
Because he's the racial warrior. Yeah. He's the social justice warrior fighting for the black people. He ain't never did nothing for black people. What are you talking about, bro? What issue has he spoke out on that didn't pertain to him? Tell me an issue that Deontay Wilder spoke on that didn't pertain to him.
At the end of the day, Deontay Wilder is in a different tax bracket. He ain't got time to be fighting for no social justice. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if he wants to, he can, but he ain't got time for that. All he's doing is perpetuating this narrative to get y'all to fight for him.
Yeah, that's it.
It's crazy because if you look at, this is what a lot of people don't know, kind of the details of it. And the details of it is that Fury sent him 3 fight offers during that time, and Wilder said no to all of them. And I agreed with Wilder. The reason he said no is because he wanted a live gate.
Right. I understand that.
And you can't get a live gate with COVID and all that. So that's why Wilder said no. And the judge was like, you know what? He's right. He was expecting there to be a live gate. So he waited. And Fury, in spite of the fact that the unification bout was going to happen, the judge was like, look, nobody could have predicted. The court doesn't cover acts of God cases. They just don't. So that's why it happened the way it did. They act like they, solved a murder mystery or something because they knew it was going to happen.
Anyways, let me address the super chat.
Yeah, go ahead. Yes,
Mercy Grace, shout out for the super chat, fam. You said in Wilder's most recent interview, he said he knew when he took the costume off, it was the game changer. Now, what happened to the glove gate and poison and the referee? I don't know. D Luckett, no. I'm not saying that you missing race. I'm not saying that you mentioned race. No. I brought the race up because your king Deontay Wilder brought it up. And that's been the narrative hold on, let me finish. That's been the narrative on top of all of the other narratives that he was pushing. This is why I'm saying this. You see what I'm saying? Again, the link is, I dropped the link in the description, D Luckett. If you want to come on
and talk about it.
Hold on,
Coach, I want to say this right now. That Wilder admitted that he said his legs was weak in that interview. Like with what's his name? Tay Jones was sitting in the chat talking about Wilder didn't say it. Wilder said it and admitted that his legs was weak, bro.
I mean, we're not gonna again. I don't want to relitigate all this stuff because it's documented. Yeah. I have the video. I made countless videos on it, exposing the contradictions. You guys can look through my playlist. I have them there. I shot these videos on it. But I'm telling you, these Deontay Wilder fanboys are really,
fight? You see the first fight? Wilder was on his front foot the whole fight. He moved forward. The second fight, he was running backwards, like He wasn't even trying to see Fury. That's how much Fury like fucked up his boxing plan. Fury like walked this nigga down, bro. He walked him down, and people don't want to understand that. He had an extended jab that was ridiculous. Like, why did they know what to do after the fucking first round or second round? It was a wrap, bro. I seen Wilder trying to win a fight the first fight, and he was on his front foot the whole first fight, and he still was losing because he didn't know how to box Fury. The second fight, he was on his back foot. He didn't know what the fuck to do. Fury was busting this nigga up, bro. Wilder cannot beat Fury, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, nigga. Anybody want to bet $50 to $100 in the chat? Let me know. I'm gonna give you your money. If you gonna sit in the chat and talk shit for the right reasons. If you back Wilder, it's beating Fury. Let me fucking know.
All right, so we heard my main man Ronald Finkley. Another thing too, this guy said that he ran from the fight because he beat him, and AJ is a bigger fight. Yeah, so basically he fought the guy twice, right? So all I'm saying is this here. When people say that while Fury is pillow fisted, yada 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 yada, I hate, listen. I spoke to the legendary coach Tommy Brooks on my brother Major Key Boxing channel. Him and salute to Major Key, salute to Troy. And he broke, and I asked Tommy Brooks, I say, Tommy Brooks, sir, with all due respect, sir. And I think Shelton was there. He listened to it. I'm not sure. But I asked him, I said, sir, could you please explain to me, for all these Wilder fans and fanboys, tell me what's the difference. If you're fighting someone off the back foot, and if I punch you going backwards, that punch is not going to be as effective as if I punch someone going forward. So if I fight you on the back foot and I punch you, my punch is not going to be as effective as it would be fighting front foot dominant. So the reason why his fist felt like pillow fist, because his gloves was flopping in the first fight. You got that. That didn't help him win. You see what I'm saying? If you know the thing about boxing, if the glove is not all the way on and I'm flicking my wrist at you, of course I can't hurt you. I prefer you to hit me like that. But
horsehair gloves too.
Wait, hear me out though. And the second fight, he fought front foot dominant, meaning he was trying to punch through the target. This will explain why those punches was a lot more effective. But Wilder said he was never hurt. So if he was never hurt, then that discredit everything he said about Fury having egg weights in his glove, because he never got hurt by the metal that was quote unquote in the goddamn gloves. You see what I'm saying? That would dispel all of that. He destroys his own argument by saying he was never hurt. Fury was pillow fisted in one breath, but then in the next breath, he says, man, the man had egg weights in his glove. Bro, you can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. You're lying so much because you got your ass whooped on Black History Month. On Black History Month, you got your ass whooped, period. And you got embarrassed and mollywop. You got rid of the black training. You kept JD's. You kept Shelly Bullwinkle. You see what I'm saying? And you had a white judge who ruled in your favor against the white guy. So that totally kills your race-baiting narrative. That's my entire point.
Let me address this. Let me address this, coach, right here. My man, what's his name? Something 2000, I guess. He's in the chat. Where is he at? Black Spades 0000. That's his story, not our story. He was robbed, just like the indigenous people, please, were. Okay, so you trying to compare a goddamn boxing match to what the United States government did to indigenous people in this country. You are really an idiot, bro. You are an idiot. Why would you even bring that up? That's no comparison.
Yo, let me be the LDBC guy right now, because I said the same thing you did, coach, and to Drew the Titan. And you know what he said about that? He said, yeah, but the problem is that when Wilder fought, I can't remember, Arthur Szpilka, he knocked him out going backwards. So for people to say that Wilder don't have no power going backwards, they don't know what they're talking about. How would you respond to that? I mean, I know how I would, but
no, I can tell you exactly how to respond to that. I never said Wilder had no power going backwards. If you look at the Arthur Szpilka fight, Wilder had backed up to the ropes. He was cocked, loaded, and ready. As soon as Szpilka came in, he timed him coming in, bop, and he got out of the way. That's that. So that's how he was able to knock out Arthur Szpilka. It's not like he was going backwards and he was punching going backwards. He had no backed up to the ropes. I saw that fight. Watch that fight. He backed up. He was setting them up because off the Spilker was coming straight in on the B line. He wasn't fighting in any angles or none of that. He caught him coming in. That's one. I said two, and Wilder had knockout power fighting off the back foot, why he couldn't knock Fury out in the second fight.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's the thing. He said that to me like he slapped me down or something. And I thought I was like, on top of Wilder timing him, Spielka leaned into it too. He put all his weight and Wilder's weight together. That's why he had to be stretchered out of the ring.
Yeah, man, trying to make sense.
Let me address this guy right quick.
Yeah,
D-Luckett. Now, this is the last time we gonna address this. You talking about racism has always existed in boxing. Okay. We heard the story last week from my man Kurt Anderson. Shout out to Kurt, the guru. Kurt the historian.
Yeah, shout out to Kurt.
About racism in boxing, right? Sam Langford had a fight in I think he said it was 05 or 06. The guy who fought before him was supposed to lose the fight. The guy decided not to take a dive like the white folks wanted him to. So they hung him right outside of the arena. Sam Langford had to walk into the ring and begin his fight while looking at his friend hanging from a tree. That's racism. What happened to Deontay Wilder is nowhere near that.
Let me hey Sheldon, can you hear my voice very well?
Yes.
Hold on, you can?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure because I think I had the wrong settings on. The guy said it looks like I was talking through the camera.
That's racism, brother. Not what happened to Wilder.
I mean,
that's
the only thing I can see as far as race in boxing, I think race sells when it comes to, this race against that race. It's going to generate more money or whatever, for this country from that, one country fighting this other country, this, certain region faces that certain region. Like all that is going to sell. But as far as being like, the white man trying to take you down, like, come on, man. Like we already passed that,
Yeah, I'm not even addressing this dude. Listen, bro, listen. I get it. You Wilder fanboys. Y'all on this, the white man trying to hold you down. And Wilder has a net worth of $40 million. Wilder don't give a damn about you, Black Spades. He don't give a damn if you are the guy who started this, right? And Wilder don't give a damn about this dude D-Luckett. He don't give a damn about you. He's worth $40 million. Wilder is what you call a black elitist. Black elites have money. They are up here. The common black people are down here. So I get it. You need a leader. You probably grew up in a fatherless home. You didn't have your father in your life, and you're grabbing at straws right now. You see what I'm saying? Dude, this is not the channel for you. You probably need to go back to the alphabet boy channels. I'm just being dead honest with you right now. You probably need to go to the alphabet boy channels. This is not the channel for you. I am not going to toe the line. I care nothing about Deontay Wilder fanboys. I give a damn about Deontay Wilder. This is not your channel for you. You probably need to go back over there. If I offend you, D-Luckett, and anyone in the chat who supports Wilder, I intend to offend you. Literally, I don't want you here. Please kick rocks. Bye, Felicia. And I mean that.
Hey, D-Luckett is just trolling, man. Because now he's saying you speaking for another man, but D-Luckett don't realize the whole time he's typing for another man.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say real quick.
Keyboard in your mama's basement.
I was going to say real quick too with the whole racism thing. People need to understand that, and I'm not saying Wilder at any point in his life has never experienced racism, like even before the money. But here's the problem. When you claim that every misstep in your life is racism, there's an old saying that my grandpa used to tell me about the boy who cried wolf. When there's real racism out there, but you've constantly said racism used it as every single excuse, every crutch, you devalue the meaning of it. So when some real shit does happen, it's just going to make people roll their eyes. Oh God, yeah, he's just saying racism again, instead of actually accepting and dealing with the fucking problem.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, shout out to my main man, Retro Boxing, man. Shout out to my brother Blood, man. Shout out to you, fam. What you say? These people are always making some outrageous comparisons. Wilder more privileged than even the white fighters. I can give tons of examples. Exactly. He has money. He worth $40 million. You got that kind of money. You know what I mean? It's kind of, you know, it's you know what I mean. So it is what it is. But as it relates to the fight, so we can talk about this race all day, yada 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 yada. You know, this like before I was born, they're gonna be talking about this. When I'm dead, they're gonna be talking about this. It is what it is. As it relates to the fight, I've never seen skin color win or lose fights. It's the person who has the better skills, right? So as it relates to Deontay Wilder, the country boy from Alabama, and Tyson Fury, you see what I'm saying? The gypsy from the UK, you see what I'm saying? We're going to see who in the hell is going to win this fight. I got Fury beating Wilder. I don't give a damn about, and I have Fury beating Wilder based specifically on skill set, on skills. I love the sport of boxing. So when I look at the sport of boxing, I look at a fighter's skill set. This guy has a better skill set than this guy. This guy fought this guy the first time, and this guy was at like 50%, and he couldn't knock him out. He couldn't beat him. When he fought him the second time, that same fighter who he knocked down and couldn't knock out fought better, came with a different game plan, and dominated the bully. Now, in the third fight, what is the bully going to do that's going to be different in the third fight to make sure he gets a different outcome? And like I told my brother Shelton, if Wilder truly believes the only way and the only reason he lost was because he was cheated, he gonna get his ass whooped again in the third fight. If he don't understand, dude, you didn't know how to fight off the back foot. You didn't use any feints. You didn't know how to disguise your right hand. You didn't work off the jab. You see what I'm saying? You didn't know how to throw hooks to the body. You didn't know how to fight on the inside. You didn't know how to spin and use angles. You didn't know how to use footwork because you don't have footwork. You see what I'm saying? If you don't address the things, and in the locker room before you came in the ring, you was hugged up on your baby mama before you put the costume on. So now you're getting ready to go to war. You should not have your wife in the room with you, hugged up, all booed up before a fight. You see what I'm saying? That right there, because when I look at the gladiators of the past, they didn't do that. You see what I'm saying? So now this is what I'm looking at. And I'm being as objective as possible because I like to have objectivity, you know, when I break these things down. So I'm trying to be as objective as possible. This is why I'm picking Tyson Fury. I care nothing about, to this day, I care nothing about you being from Alabama. I care nothing about you having a net worth of $40 million. I care nothing about none of that. I am basing my decision, my opinion. It's not facts. It's my opinion why I believe why Fury is going to beat Wilder. Period. That's it. So other than that, that's it. Your racial talk, this, that, the white man, the conspiracies, you dudes, you niggas who follow Wilder are professional victims. Yeah. You sit back and talk all this king and queen stuff. We kings. We was rulers. I never saw a king complain about kings and rulers. They rule their environment. They dominate their surroundings. Kings and rulers have subjects, people who work up under them and serve and worship them and follow them and do what they tell them to do. I never seen a king have excuses. I never seen a king just basically just find just a professional victim who always find reasons. Man, we can't do this because they stopping me. Dude, you got $40 million. They didn't stop you prior to you getting your ass whooped from Tyson Fury. As soon as Fury whooped your ass, now you want to be a professional $40 million victim. Child to the please. Miss me with that bullshit. Like literally, bro. You see what I'm saying? So you supposed to be a king. If you're a king, act like you're a king. Rule and dominate your area and your surroundings. Stop making goddamn excuses. And for all you flunky Wilder supporters out there, you are flunkies. I have no respect for you. I really don't. I have no respect for you at all. Care nothing about you. Go back home, do what you've been doing, and go to the Alphabet Boy channels, man. Because you know, I'm really hoping I offend you so bad to the point that you'll never come back here again. But D, look, I see you still here. But I'm not going to address you anymore. You get no more energy. No more energy, period. No more attention to that fool. We ain't going to block him. We're going to leave him here because obviously he likes to get punished. He likes the verbal assault. So let him sit here and just let him sit here like the loser he is, because you are a loser, sir. You know what I mean? And you can stay here.
He's a glutton for punishment, coach. He likes getting slapped around.
What you say, or what you say, blood say, most people talking like that are younger people that never seen about nothing. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know nothing about no king. Now they have no idea what a king is. They haven't ruled anything in their life.
This is what I don't understand. How are you going to call somebody a casual? You're a casual boxing fan. How are you going to call somebody a casual because they don't like the person that you like?
Right.
I don't get that. They just it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's basically what it is, Sly, man. It's like if you don't agree with their logic, they call you a casual in a hot minute.
Somebody's motorbike in it.
That's Shelton.
Okay.
Yeah, so they call you casual in a minute. That's like that dude Ike, man. He be in the comment section of his own video because you don't agree with his logic. He be putting casual in all caps, thinking like that's gonna mean something.
Yeah, it's like these
he's
guys.
A real race hustler, coach. He's the biggest one I've ever race hustler. I mean, he will not even admit like it's ironic. He caps harder for black fighters, which is fine. That's fine. But you're Arab. You're not even black, dude. Oh, white boxers are trash. Mexican boxers are trash.
I don't even know if he's Arab. I don't know what his nationality is. You see what I'm saying? But
yeah,
somebody is. It has nothing to do with the sport of boxing. Me, I try to stick to the sport of boxing. When I talk about boxing, I try to look at skills, footwork, head movement, feints, defense. How are you able to take a punch? How are you able to get knocked down and come back and win the fight? You see what I'm saying? This is what I look at. Your toughness, your grit. When the going gets tough, how are you able to recover? When you lose a fight, what have you learned from that loss? How are you going to bounce back? What are some of the things you're going to work on in order to make sure you win the rematch because you acknowledge that you lost the first fight? And the only way you're going to work on things that are new, you're going to have to do what? Acknowledge what went wrong. If in your mind you felt like there was a conspiracy against you, you felt like the CIA cheated you, the FBI, the Department of Homeland Security, you felt like Mauricio Suleiman cheated you, the referee, your trainer cheated you, JD cheated you by allowing someone else to put foreign objects in their gloves. If you feel like that's the only reason why you're lost, then guess what? Ain't no way hell you're going to win the third fight because you're not going to make the adjustments that it's going to take in order to win the third fight. That's my whole point.
But coach, he gave JD's a talking to, coach. So it's all good.
Yeah, damn all that. Yeah.
But you're not realizing, coach, that the most important thing to these new fight fans is you got to stay on code with the narrative.
Oh yeah. That's a new one. That's a good one. I hear that shit all the time. You ain't on code, man.
Hey, shout out to Troy Graham, man. Let's rate hit Ali Bell from my brother Troy. Troy, shout out to you, fam. What do you say? Bless up, coach. To the panel, respect. Yeah, absolutely, man. I salute to my brother Troy. Hey, y'all, make sure y'all go to what's my main man now? Not rap star. Damn, my mind going blank. Major Key Boxing on Mondays.
Major Key Mondays. Great interview tonight.
I'm jumping in there tonight, Major
Key, man. With my brother Major Key and my brother Troy Graham, man. They doing some phenomenal things there, man. I really, really, really appreciate what these brothers are bringing to the sport of boxing. I got an opportunity, man, to ask the legendary Tommy Brooks some questions. Some of these Wilder fans, they don't even know who Tommy Brooks is. They have no idea who he is or whatever the case may be. And they use circular logic in order to try to prove their points. I get it, guys. I understand, man, but I just don't know why you're here. You need to go to a channel that's going to support what you want and make you feel good. Obviously, you see what I'm saying? Obviously, that is what it is. But bless up to you, Troy. Absolutely, brother. Bless up to my brother, man. Bless up to my brother. And I dropped the link, and these dudes won't even come in. Michael Andrew, he won't come in. And yeah, I ain't even addressing the other dude no more. He's a little kid. I can look at his avatar. He's a little kid. I'm not addressing no kids, man. I'm not addressing no kids anymore. Right now, you're a kid, brother. You need to just go ahead and work out and get just try to find something to do, man. This ain't fun. I'm glad you're at work, brother, but I would not acknowledge you ever again in life. I promise you that. No more.
Jules Nicholson, this is to you, brother. When did boxing fans care about what the networks wanted? When did boxing fans start caring about how much this fighter gets and how much that fighter gets? Who's the A side and who's the B side? I looked at my checking account this week. Now, my favorite fighter right now fighting today is Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford ain't sent me a motherfucking dime.
Not a dime.
No. So I don't give a damn what he makes.
I don't care. Even know what
I just want to see the fight. I want to see the fight. That's it.
Shout out to OG, man. Shout out to OG. Again. And I would say this again because I think you are you're proving my point. You're very slow. If you are a Wilder supporter, if you don't like the content, you don't like what we're saying, why are you here? I don't get it. Like, you can leave, go. It's just like if you're at home. If you don't like the channel, you can turn the channel.
You can say back in the day, like if you wanted to watch the news, if you wanted to watch the news, you had one channel. You got like 50 now, and you still come in here. It makes no sense. Like, if you want to believe the earth is flat, there's a whole channel for that.
Now, you know what it is, right? It's not that they're probably a fan of LDBC. They just like troll hopping. They go to different page and start trolling. That's their main objective.
That's a sad life.
Yeah, man.
Sad life.
But I'm gonna tell you something, though, man. But I really like the fact that we have the press conference happening tomorrow. It's gonna be very, very funny. I can't wait to see it so I can just commentate on it. I probably won't drop nothing until the following day because I want to address it. Probably Wednesday to see exactly what they're going to be talking. Because I don't know what time they're coming on.
Well, I'm gonna head out there tomorrow, Coach. Like I told you before, I'm gonna head over there and check out the number of people. If it's not too many, I'm gonna go because COVID is still raging around here. So I'm gonna go check it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if it's too many people, I'm out of there.
Well, I tell you what, Deontay Wilder gonna have a lot of questions to answer, especially with all that accusation. He made about Tyson Fury because they gonna question him hard, and I wonder how he's gonna respond to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see what he says. I'm pretty sure that he's going to bring all this proof that he had. He's going to bring proof that Mark Breeden spiked his water. He's going to bring proof that the costume sapped his legs. He's going to bring proof that the mask played a major part in him not being able to see. He's going to bring proof that Mauricio Suleiman conspired to cheat him. He's going to bring proof that the Nevada Athletic Commission conspired to cheat him. He's going to bring proof that VADA conspired to cheat him. He's going to bring proof that what the referee was, the black referee, not Jack Reese, but I forgot, the Kenny Bayless. He's going to bring proof that Kenny Bayless cheated him. He's going to bring proof of all of these allegations. He's going to bring proof of the autopsy that he received. Autopsy. Oh, wow, this is how dumb these dudes is. The autopsy he received showed that he had a dent in his skull. He's going to bring all of this proof. You see what I'm saying? That's
the one I'm waiting for, the dent in the skull. I want to see his reaction on that one.
The autopsy report. I want to see the autopsy report.
Well, we already know, fellas. Number one, we already know that bones don't dent; they break.
Now I don't know, man. It depends on who you talk to. Bones do dent. We saw the X-ray.
Oh damn, man! Coach, you got so many LDC fanboys swinging in air right now.
Man, I wish I was living on the West Coast because I go to that press conference and I would ask that question. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, how are you able to have a career after having a dent in your skull?"
Oh man, see what it is. See, I can hear him now. See what it is. Y'all don't understand. See an egg weight form, right? See what it was. He pillow fisted, but he put a dent in the side of my head. How can someone that have pillow fist put a dent in the side of your head? You acknowledge after the fight in a Kevin Aoli interview. You acknowledge 2 days later after the fight that you were never hurt in that fight. You acknowledge that. So since you were never hurt, I guess he had the time to think about it after Young Pharaoh dropped the video, trying to play clean up for him because that's their king, Twerkinator, the Twerkinator. So they had
the funny thing about it, when Young Pharaoh dropped the video, he dropped the video of what happened in the first fight, and everybody took it and ran with it for both fights.
Hey, they colluded too. The first fight and the second fight. You see, what happened was the king, the Twerkinator. What happened was, the first fight, Fury was flicking the wrist at him. You see what I'm saying? And he cheated him. So I'm like, okay, well, how did that help Fury win the fight? With the glove flapping. I'm trying to figure that out. And then in the second fight, okay, what happened? You know what I mean? Well, it was because he had like the problem is this: they are all over the place, and the reason why they are all over the place because the twerkinator is all over the place. He's all over the place, right? We don't know which one it is. Like you said 13 different things. Literally, you said so many different things that we don't know where you're at. So I'm looking forward to the press conference because I want to see how he responds to these questions. You made these allegations. Shout out to my brother Troy Graham, man. Let's bring a round of applause for Troy, and let's hit the Ali bell for my brother Troy, man.
Troy Graham, what's happening, bro?
What's up, Troy?
What up,
Yeah,
Troy?
yeah. Troy probably can't hear us right now. Yeah, man. So Troy, you're on mute, Troy.
I was gonna say real quick, I don't want to stray too far off the topic, but and I don't know if you're doing a video about it either, Coach. But the Stevenson fight, are we saving that for later?
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, the Stevenson fight. Yeah, yeah. You know what? Yeah, I was going to talk about that fight, man, but it's so much.
No. Yeah, I didn't know if you was doing a video or whatever. So don't worry about it.
Yeah.
That fight ain't nothing to talk about, bro. That fight was bullshit.
That's why I didn't. And don't get me wrong, Shakur Stevenson. That's one of my favorite young fighters. I love Shakur Stevenson. He did what he had to do. He dominated the fight, in my opinion. He looked very quick. He was very defensive. He doesn't. Some people may say I'm not one of those guys that say because you don't knock a guy out, it wasn't a good fight. I just wish he would have took a little bit more chances. At least Devin Haney did that, but then Devin Haney got criticism as well. So it's like, when Devin Haney got criticism for, I don't know, man. I really don't know. Now, the sweet science was displayed against with Shakur Stevenson in that fight. The guy he fought landed 28 punches the entire fight.
Exactly. I was gonna say the LDBC guys think that if you say that fight's boring, that means you're a casual. And I was laughing and I was just like, come on, man. Like, so you love Wilder because he knocks everybody out, but I don't see the logic. But yeah, sorry to bring that up.
Hey, Troy,
here's my question. Here's a question I got to say, man. This is something I got to say. Now, everybody talking about cheats. Well, Fury's never been caught cheating ever. Well, if I'm a professional boxer and I know this guy's cheating, why am I taking the fight with him?
Yeah. Troy, go ahead, fam.
Yes, sir. You know what? I thank you for the panel, and I've been listening. But here's the thing that I always wanted to ask the Wilder fans, right? If you all love him that much, why don't you show up and sell him out when he fights? The man can't sell out in Alabama where he's from. So where is the love really? If you love him that much, why aren't you helping him to become the biggest heavyweight star there is, belt or no belt? Why haven't you done that?
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
So, Troy, hold on. I got something I want to bring up to you, Troy. Shout out to Lil Bullet for the chat. He said Fury will remind Wilder of every excuse he used. Troy, this is something. This is a question that I posed last week, and I'm gonna go more into detail with the video. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna do it tonight. I'm gonna go to the gym. When I come back, I'm gonna do it tonight, and we're gonna try to drop it tomorrow. We heard what will make the Wilder fans happy. What will make them happy? So I want a list. What are the demands? This is where I'm going at with this, Troy. Since Fury cheated so much, we want a list of demands. This is what I want. I want a list of demands from all the Deontay Wilder fans and fanboys. What is it that you want? Well, I'm gonna tell you what I want, Troy, because I've heard all the damn excuses. I want to make sure that the CIA is there in the locker room with Fury. I want the FBI to be there. I want the Department of I'm dead ass serious with this. I want the Department of Homeland Security to be there. We want to make sure that there's no funny business going on in the locker room. We want security from the Nation of Islam. I used to be in the Nation of Islam 24 and a half years. We want security from the Nation of Islam to escort Tyson Fury to the ring. As for the judges, I want Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, and Louis Farrakhan to be the judges in the fight. In the ring, I want who else I want in the ring? In the ring,
Ben Crump. Ben Crump can be the ref.
We're gonna have Ben Crump as the ref, or we can have Young Pharaoh as the ref. We'll have them as the ref. You know what I mean? Also, I want to make sure that or we can have Marcellus Wilder as the referee. You see what I'm saying?
Man.
And that's what I want. So listen, we don't want any white towels. No white towels thrown in. We don't want no white towels because that's racist. So I want to give, if whatever, listen, if you want Fury to put his hands behind his back, we can do that too. I want to make sure that Tyson Fury get his hands wrapped inside of the ring and the gloves put on inside of the ring. And we need all of the judges, Louis Farrakhan, Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, to inspect the gloves. We need Young Pharaoh and Marcellus Wilder to inspect the gloves. Also, Wilder cannot drink any water. Since his water got spotted last time, allegedly, we don't want him to drink any water because I want to rule out any excuse that this dude can have in this third fight. What you think about that, Troy?
I think you stole some of my thunder because I was going to say you need to have the Nation of Islam there along with everybody else, and also you need to have the doctor who said that Wilder had a dent in his head, and he could explain how he got a license to fight again, right?
Right, exactly.
And
Dr. Marcellus Wilder.
No. That was no. Marcel Wilder said he died on the autopsy table. So you need to get the guy who did the seance and brought Wilder back, right? that guy too. You definitely need him there, right? And you also need to get the hoodoo man who worked for the gypsy, right?
Yeah.
And get him there and make sure he's tied up somewhere. And
you don't want him there. You want him in the cage somewhere so he can't put the hoodoo on him.
Yeah,
right.
He said he had juju put on him, right? Wilder also said he had juju put on him. Yeah.
Right. And you can't do the national anthem without doing the Black national anthem sung by Bobby Brown, right?
And what about the whoever said he had COVID or whatever?
Yeah, that was
Fred. Yeah, you definitely need Fred there on his knees. You definitely need Fred there on his knees doing what he do best, shining shoes, right? So there you go. And I know we having fun with it, but this is why I really say that I want Fury and Wilder out of the sport because there's nothing but negative. They don't bring anything positive to the sport. That's because anytime you could get somebody all riled up. I'll give you a perfect example. Ishai Smith came out and said that whole thing with the glove business is nonsense. Those fans threatened his life and his family so much he got off of social media.
Yeah.
Ishai Smith, if I remember correctly, is a man of African American descent, correct?
Right.
If I remember correctly. Right. And they terrorized him and his family so much he took down all his social media. Right.
This is a former champion too. This is somebody who's actually taken a hit to the face. He doesn't talk about it. He actually took hits. He actually boxed. He didn't sit back. But I was going to add one more thing, and then I'll let y'all go. But there was one more thing. You see, Wilder came out with a singer last time, and I'm telling you, this time he's got to come out with Jussie Smollett.
Ultimate Wilder, yeah.
He coming out with Jussie, man, because that's credibility.
Juicy Smollett,
yeah. They can twerk together. They can twerk their way out.
Yeah,
man, bro.
Somebody in the chat said, "Well, what current heavyweight has outsold Wilder?" He said none of them.
Oh my God!
Well, you forgetting about
joke?
that guy over there in England who sold 90,000 seats in Wembley Stadium?
Yeah, man, I can't.
he outsold Wilder here in America.
Yeah, he outsold him here at Madison Square Garden with a dude on 2 weeks' notice.
Also, coach, since we can't show anything white, the towel, you can't show anyone with white teeth. Only people yellow teeth, right?
Yeah.
You can't show none of that. You can't wear tube socks either. Can't wear tube socks. Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
only black socks. Only black socks. So if you know any Cubans, man, only the dark socks and flip flops. And I can say that about Cubans because I got them in my family. I want to hear it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, listen, no white teeth racist. No white towels racist. We in it. Listen, whatever y'all want. Because I don't want no excuses this time. I just don't. Whatever you guys want, just take it. I want to give you whatever you need this time because your boy got a fight on his hands. You see what I'm saying? Again, I'm not going to push the race baiting narrative. I can't do it. You can call me, and I know y'all call me what you want to call me. I really don't care, but I'm just saying, like, people getting death threats. Sugar Hill, that's what turned me off. Sugar Hill got death threats. from Drew Debunking. You know, I wish you would have got burnt up in the car fire. I don't wish death on no man. I would never wish nothing like that for you because the guy who I rooted for lost the fight. I would never do that, and I can't respect that. You know, Mark Breland getting death threats. You guys so pro-black, but you're threatening other black people, right? Yeah. Kenny Bailey's getting death threats. He's a black referee. Also, another thing, referee gate. We had a white referee in the first fight. You guys complained about that. We had a black referee in the second fight on Black History Month. You guys complained about that. So now we need to get
Joe Cortez.
Yeah, we need to get a Puerto Rican referee. We need Puerto Rican or Cuban or whatever. Or again, we can get Young Pharaoh. Get Young Pharaoh to be the referee, or get Marcellus Wilder to be the referee. You see what I'm saying? We can do that. You know, whatever going to make you guys happy. Whatever going to make them happy. Hold on, who that was?
Nothing's going to make them happy.
Okay. Yeah, other than that, that's man. And that's just what I have to say, man. That's just what I have to say, bro. Like, I honestly, like, I'm just anxious to see the press conference. I know he's going to get asked a lot of questions. Hold on, let me address the super chat. Lil Bullet, shout out for the super chat, fam. What you say? Both men are poster boys for the anti-boxing lobby. Okay, you know what I mean? So yeah, you know what I mean? Other than that, that's it, man. So the press conference is gonna be lit, it's gonna be off the chain. I'm pretty much know what the talking points are going to be, have a great idea what it's going to be, and let's just watch the greatest show on earth and see exactly what happened. I want to see what Malik Scott is going to say, right? I want to see what he's going to say. I want to see Tyson Fury can really troll Wilder really hard and just come with psychological warfare to its highest. Let him know, look, I'm gonna wear the same gloves I wore last time. I'm gonna beat you up like I did the second fight. You said I'm gonna knock all the excuses out of you. We're gonna make sure, you know what I mean? If I like Fury, from a psychological standpoint, Fury gonna troll this dude from here to the fight. That's what I see happening.
I got the perfect coach. I mean, I got the perfect referee. Get Dante Race Baiting Nation as the referee. He's gonna have his shirt is gonna say the whole truth as he's refereeing the fight.
Oh man,
Cheeseburger Nation. I was gonna say, Coach, real quick. I'll let it go after this. I gotta hop off after this, but I gotta tell you this. It was about and I know we already talked about the Ali stuff, but I made a good point to a friend of mine. When Muhammad Ali defended his belt the last time, Shelton, help me out if I don't remember the name, but his last defense before he got the title stripped because of not going to Vietnam, he had to wait 3 years before he could get his title fight back. And his first fight back was against Joe Frazier. And he lost.
No.
And guess
no.
Go ahead, sorry.
His first fight back was against Jerry Quarry in Georgia. Then he fought Oscar Bonavita in Madison Square Garden, 15 rounds, knocked him out in the 15th round. That's what made Ali believe he was invincible. 2 fights after the 3.5-year layoff, stops Jerry Quarry in 3, knocks Oscar Bonavita, a monster heavyweight in those days, out in 15 rounds. He believed he was invincible.
Okay, go ahead, Sly Tennessee. He corrected that. Sly, you still there? All right, Sly can't hear right now. He must be having technical difficulties.
I'm here. I'm sorry. I'm here. Sorry. My bad. I'll make it real quick. But he fought those 2 heavyweights, lost 3 years of his prime, fought Joe Frazier and lost. And guess what? He didn't come out and talk about how somebody spiked his water. He didn't make no excuses. He learned from it and came back and he beat Joe Frazier the second time. So I'm going to leave it at that, Coach. Everybody, good to see you. Shelton, I'll see you tonight on there, man. I'll be up.
Yes, sir. I'll holler at you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Salute the Sly Tennessee. Yeah, man. So, I mean, other than that, that's it, man. We're going to wrap this show up, guys. I just wanted to address that. I'm anxious to see this press conference tomorrow. I really want to see the energy. It's probably going to be a negative element in the oh yeah, my brother Troy looked like okay, there go Troy. Thought he fell off. Yeah, it looked like it's going to probably be like a negative element in the press conference. But I'm just anxious to see it anyways. I just want to see it. July 24th can't get here fast enough. I just want to see who can make the adjustments. Sugar Hill. I'm gonna tell you something. If I was a supporter of Wilder, Fury has been quiet. He hasn't really been saying much. He's been quiet. Let me turn this way. Fury has been quiet. All right, there we go. Fury has been quiet. He hasn't been saying much. right? He just went underground. I would be worried about that. I would be worried about that because that let me know he's taking it very seriously. He ain't showing nothing on video. Fury ain't showing nothing he's working on or none of that. He ain't showing nothing.
Well, his weird ass did come out this weekend, Coach, when the AJ Usyk fight was announced and announced how Usyk gonna box the ears off of AJ. He did do that.
Yeah, he said that, but yeah, he did say that. Yeah, for sure, he's high on Usyk. I'm not. He high on Usyk, but we ain't gonna talk about Usyk right now. But he's high on Usyk right now. So, what time is the presser? That's a good question. Blood. I don't know exactly what time it is yet. I don't know exactly what time it is yet.
I'll find out for you, Blood, and I'll hit you up. I think it's 10 o'clock tomorrow, but I'll find out. It's right down the street from my house, so I'm gonna go check it out. If it's not too many people, if it's too many people, I'm out of there.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, man. So other than that, man, hey, Bo, anything you want to say, man, before we wrap the show up?
Nah, thanks for having me on as usual, Coach, and definitely catch up with you and Shelton tomorrow.
All right, man. Shout out to my brother Bo. Maybe we hit the Ali Bell.
Bo, I'll hit you tomorrow, bro.
Round of applause for my brother Bo, man. Shout out to my brother Bo, man. Here you go. Wait a minute. Carmen Serene said it's supposed to be 1 p.m. PST. Okay, that's good. So that's going to be 4 o'clock our time, East Coast time. 1 o'clock your time.
Thanks, Karma. Thank you.
All right. Anything you want to wrap the show up with, my brother?
No, Coach, you pretty much covered it all. I just want to see the presser. I want to see how the energy is between the two. They haven't seen each other in 19 months or however long it's been since the last fight. So I want to see what the energy is, and we'll be able to comment from there.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We'll be able to comment from there and just go from there, and we'll do some. You know, we'll go ahead and do a follow up on the interview. What we see? Did we see any nervous energy? Any kind of psychological warfare tactics being employed? And other than that, that's it, man. So salute to my brother Shelton Moore. We're gonna ring the Ali Bell for my brother, man, and give him a round of applause, man. Round of applause for my brother Shelton, man.
Salute to the panel. Salute to the chat. See you guys tomorrow.
All right, man. We're gonna see you tomorrow. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and give everybody a shout out. You know how we do it. Let's give everybody a shout out that's in the chat. Shout out to Lisa Bells who was here earlier. Shout out to Eliza. Shout out to Lil Bullet. Shout out to the Dutch. I know he support Wilder, but shout out to you anyway. Shout out to any Deontay Wilder fans or fanboys. Shout out to y'all anyway, because I don't want to hear no goddamn excuses when the Twerkinator get his ass whooped again on July 24th. Shout out to Wayne's Fitness. Let's see. Shout out to the Smile Back If You're Ugly. Shout out to Red Hawk. Shout out to TGE Boxing. Shout out to Michael Andrew. Shout out to who else? Shout out to my brother Retro Boxing and Documentaries. Please go to his channel and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Shout out to Peter Barnards. Shout out to Sly Tennessee. Shout out to my brother Bold, who was on rocking with me. Shout out to Toon. Shout out to Smith and West, who wasn't here. Shout out to my sister Lisa Bales. Shout out to what is that? 1U5th? Yeah, I don't know what that means. I really don't. Shout out to Wizard Sleeve. Shout out to King KO. Shout out to Proud Father. Shout out to Peter Reed. Shout out to Antony Dilly. Shout out to Man of Fire, Pyro. Shout out to Michael Andrew. Let's see. Shout out to Eliza. Shout out to Mr. T. Shout out to who else we got? Shout out to Peter Varnock. Shout out to Neil Simpson. Who else we have? Shout out to Ant 718. Shout out to Soul Center. Shout out to Dewan. Shout out to Antony Dilly. Shout out to Mr. T. I pity the fool. Let's see who else we got. Shout out to Lee. Shout out to Neil Simpson. Shout out to Wizard Sleeve. Shout out to Don Curry. Shout out to Bruce Dog. Shout out to, let's see who else we have. I want to make sure I don't repeat the same names, guys. Please forgive me. Shout out to Corey Bradley. Shout out to King KO. Shout out to my brother Blood Boxing. Go to that channel as well. He has 2 channels, Retro Boxing and Documentaries and Blood Boxing. Shout out to my brother Troy Graham, who was on. Shout out to Major Key Boxing Mondays. Major Key Mondays. Go to Major Key Boxing YouTube channel. Tune in 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. You're gonna. It's a great show over there, bro. It's a great show. I love that channel. I really do. Let's see. Shout out to Daniel. Who else we have? Almost at the end. Shout out to Jeff Lucietta. Shout out to Carmen Serene. Shout out to Lisa Bells. Shout out to Charlo, my brother Charlo. Shout out to you, fam. Sly Tennessee. Shout out to you. Shout out to my main man, Nadetu, who was on earlier. Shout out to Bruce Ford. And let's see. Who else we have? Shout out to Diallo Huggy. Shout out to you, fam. You just came on. Shout out to my brother Diallo Huggy. Shout out to Halim. Halim, I ain't forgot about you, fam. I was trying to say you for last. Shout out to Corn Kid. Shout out to Bruce Gold. Shout out to Bon Scott. Who else we have? I want to make sure. Shout out to G the PT. G the PT, salute to you, fam. Shout out to Bacon and Eggs. And shout out to Corey Bradley. Other than that, once again, man, shout out to Uwapo. Shout out to Uwapo. Forgot about you, fam. Forgot about you. Once again, it's that boy Coach Malachi Williams. Representing for New Media Today, USA Boxing. We're gonna be on again tomorrow, guys, at 3:00 Eastern Standard Time. Other than that, guys, peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.